Test, test. Hey, what's up, Sarah? What's going on, y'all? Um, to be honest, I got busy looking at my inbox. What's up, y'all? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Come one, come all. Tap thine screen. We are here for debates. Debates. Guys, we're going to change it up today. We're going to do debates. Oh, good lord. American, are you serious or are you a troll? I can't decide. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, we've talked before. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, it just says Trump sucks, debate me, so I figured I'd come up here and try it.
All right. How do you feel about Trump getting caught red-handed trying to make the shutdown worse and denying people food stamps?
I haven't heard that story. What is the story?
Two federal judges so far has said, "Hey, bro, there's all of these emergency like funds for SNAP, even for like when the government shut down, you legally have to use them." And he's like, "Oh wait, what? We'll look into it." They've released half of them as of yesterday, but he was trying to twist the knife on the government shutdown.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's being resolved.
I mean, it's not resolved that we have a government like in office that intentionally wanted to harm people for political points. You there? All right. And chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box, tap the screen if you want to send this out to more people. We're only at 1,300 likes. Guys, tap the screen. What y'all doing? Yellow?
What's going on?
What's up? What's up with that profile picture? What is that?
That's me.
Nice. Are you a Trump supporter?
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah, I voted for the big bad orange man.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
What do I like? I like a lot of things. I like how, he gives nicknames to the Dems. He is getting out the illegals. Lots of great stuff.
You said kidnapped the illegals?
Or whatever, kidnap, get rid of, etc. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter.
No.
You don't care that we execute the law in a respectable way with integrity?
Well, I mean, we're going by the law. I don't think it has to be respectable.
Sure.
Just like
how do you feel about that woman who was shot in the course of ICE doing their duties? It's a U.S. civilian, U.S. citizen.
I haven't heard of it.
How do you feel about Trump getting caught with the food stamp gig I just explained to my last guest?
Wasn't here that long to hear whatever you're talking about.
How do you feel about 2 federal judges calling Trump out and saying, "Hey, man, y'all have funds to pay for the food stamps? Why haven't you done it?"
Who
It's,
cares
so
about food
basically, they got
stamps?
caught trying to starve people for political points.
No, that's the Democrats. That's Chuck Schumer Doomer and Walmart Obama.
I know that's their messaging to you, but it never had to include people starving until Republicans introduced that idea.
Well, until the Democrats learn that we don't want health care for illegal immigrants, then, we can start talking and,
That's
things will go
still,
according to
you
them.
still believe that?
Oh, 100%. You guys definitely want that.
Okay, can you show me where we're proposing that?
Look at Walmart Obama, dude. He's been saying that. He's always saying that. Chuck Schumer Doomer is like his Robin.
You're
It's like
really quiet, by
horrible.
the way. Is there something you can do to make yourself louder?
Can you hear me better?
It's a little better.
Yeah. So, they're just proposing it all the time, dude.
I don't know. You're not really giving me much, man. There's, there's no. First of all, there's not a cent of healthcare for illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants of any kind, for in any of this budget that they're trying to pass or this continued resolution. And what they're alluding to is possibly healthcare privileges that we already have in place that are for legally present people with like visas. The people that you guys claim you have no problem with, like come here the right way, those kind of people.
Oh, yeah. I like those immigrants. Those are
Yeah.
the chill ones,
Yeah, so those are the
Not,
people
not
in
the border
question,
hoppers.
and
Not the border
your whole
hoppers.
political party is holding hands and saying the same lie over and over again. It's really weird
Well, lied.
that it's
I didn't
for
say I lied.
undocumented migrants.
Yeah, you guys want that.
Okay, that's not in the resolution.
Do you think they should get health care?
I think we should have universal health care.
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. You're one of those. So, yeah, you do want them to get health care.
I can't imagine hating someone so much that you don't want universal health care. I don't get that.
Do you think you should pay for my plastic surgery?
You don't get plastic surgery and universal health care for free.
Yes,
no.
you do. In
No, you
Canada, you do.
No, if it's cosmetic,
Yes,
it's usually
you
not
do.
covered in plastic. No, in universal health care.
You do. I can
Okay.
get boobs, and you're
Cool.
gonna pay for it.
We can make our own healthcare system that wouldn't involve that. Doesn't have to be this weird strawman version of the thing you don't like.
Yeah, but I think healthcare revolves around lifestyle. Especially when it comes to plastic surgery and things of that nature.
Nobody wants
So,
plastic. Nobody wants free plastic surgery, dude. That is such a straw man.
I want
We want
free
like
plastic
people to
surgery. You're
get
gonna pay
yearly
for my
checkups.
tits,
We
buddy.
want babies to like survive that had cancer. We want things like that. Old people not dying because they just can't pay to stay in the hospital. That's the kind of stuff we would like to see.
Okay, well, you're also gonna pay for my tits while you're doing that. All right, that's all I'm
I
gonna
don't
say.
see it. Can you show me a country where you get free breast augmentation?
I already told you, dude. If you're not listening to the things
Which
coming out of my
country?
mouth, then I'm not even listening to the things I'm saying.
Say it again.
I mean, they're saying it in the chat. The chat heard. You're not hearing, and you got those big ass headphones on. You should be able to hear
Dude,
everything
you're
out of my
super
mouth.
quiet, bro.
Oh, I'm not quiet. I'm yelling on the
Is
top
the
of my
mic the same
lungs.
size as your face? It's tiny.
Whoa, that's not cool.
Yeah. Can you
That's
bring
not
the mic
cool, dude.
closer?
Huh?
Can you bring it closer?
Oh, it's like almost to my mouth,
Right next to your foot?
right next to my foot. No.
He's ableist. Did you see his profile picture? Yeah. Like I can't make out what it is because I don't see what y'all see. I'm on a computer, but it looks like
How
a
am I
Photoshop of
ableist?
someone's face. It looks like somebody who's maybe disabled
I'm
superimposed onto
ableist.
another
Like, what
person's
the
face.
fuck? What have I said that's ableist?
The picture is a caricature of a disabled person, right?
So what?
Are you Christian?
No. How am I ableist?
You're making
Does this
fun
hurt
of
your
people
feelings?
with the condition of like somebody in your profile?
Why are you assuming I'm making fun of this person? He looks like an
That's
independent
a
person.
doctored picture.
Okay, so what?
Okay, so that's it's definitely
Whip, it's
not
me. You don't
looking at
even know
them
if
in
it's
a
fucking me. It's me, dude.
serious light.
It's me. Just trying to pivot. You don't want the smoke,
I mean,
homie.
dog, sure.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which country gets free breast augmentation?
Canada, bro.
Canada gets free breast
I
augmentation
could get new
elective.
nose. I could get double G's. Yeah, man. I could get some fucking big tits over there. But you're okay with that. You're all right with that, aren't you? Because you want universal health care.
No, it doesn't. Canada's provincial health care plans do not cover breast augmentation for cosmetic reasons.
Yeah. You're looking at NSNBC, buddy.
Even if I was, why would they lie about that?
Because they want universal health care just like you, dude.
What the fuck? Can you show me where you think it proves that they get this? This is so silly, right? Because if this isn't the case, you have nothing to stand on, right? This is stupid. Also, even if they got free breast augmentation, in what way would you? How is that a bad world? How is that a bad world for anybody?
Because I don't want to pay for somebody's, big knonkers. All right. Like, what are we
Okay,
talking about right
I don't
now?
know. It sounds like
What do you mean that's a bad world? It's a horrible world. What the fuck are you talking about?
dude, this is horrible. You saying you don't like universal health care because of a thing that's not even happening, and nobody's going to take you seriously. Nobody takes your stance or Trump's stance seriously with the whole nickname thing, with like the talking point thing. You can't even explain your way around your positions on healthcare.
No, I can't. It's just like, I named my most important thing, which was the nickname calling. I think that's,
Dude, I
the number
think your
one
top
reason why I
priority right now
voted.
is a new microphone. Something's going on here, man.
That's like the number one reason why I voted.
Is what?
The nickname calling, 100%. I think when he first said Tampon Tim was like, holy shit, I'm voting for this guy.
Yeah,
Mama Harris was great.
that's deeply unserious. It goes viral on social media, I guess. I guess that's what it does, but it caused rifts and problems, right? We have to fight over this stuff now.
What do you mean? I'm not fighting over it.
You and I are arguing right now because name calling is now part of your arsenal when trying to debate somebody.
Buddy, if I was debating you, you would be squashed. All right. I'm not debating. I'm just having a conversation.
Thank
All
God.
right.
Thank God.
Yeah, trust me. If I was debating, I mean, this conversation would have been over a long time ago.
Whew. Appreciate you going easy, man.
No, I appreciate you for, actually understanding that name calling is a serious issue.
All right. Is there anything else you have a hard stance on besides free breast augmentation?
Oh, 100%. How much presidents have fallen off their bike?
How many?
Yeah, how many, how much? It's one answer.
One.
Oh, yeah. Sleepy Joe Biden, the best nickname of all.
Why
Thank you
is
very much for
this?
having me up here. Appreciate you, buddy.
God. Heavens to Betsy chat. Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. We're almost at 10K. I would love to see Trump try to ride a bike. His ass would swallow that seat so quickly. Hello? The diaper poop would push right into. It would just go straight up his back. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. He'd blame Biden. So true. exactly what he did. Like, the man wears diapers, and somehow it came out that diapers were Biden's thing. I'm sorry, that Trump's thing. Nothing will change my mind. What? Presidential blowout sponsored by Pampers. Guys, the blue wave last night got me pumped. Who else is pumped, MAGA? Who else is pumped? Who else had to get refills on their diaper wipies? Do you think Trump has dude wipes? Do you think he lays on his back and lifts his legs up when his people come take care of him? The name is Mamdani. Mamdani. I do that now. W. He's not flexible enough for that. Chad, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell the soy boy why he should be a conservative. MAGA's real quiet today. Yeah. Woof. Woof. The blue cocky is what. Oh God, I love that. Should I eat blue Takis for this blue cocky? I hold the Democrats accountable for putting an expiration on the subsidies. You guys are incredible, dude. You guys are incredible. You guys are out there slashing subsidies, and you're like, be mad that they didn't get the allowance to do it forever. What? Blue wave in California? We're talking about Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. We're talking about nationwide, baby. You gotta swipe out of the algo. You gotta read the news. We were out there slapping dicks, yanking them off like a paper towel. I love the AP called Prop 50 before the polls closed. Nationwide, y'all. Not a peep from the MAGAs today. No Maggie waggies. Do we have any debates? Just remember Trump's plays chess. Does he actually know how to play chess? I would almost bet my life Trump doesn't know how to play chess. I would almost bet that. Do you think he knows how to name the pieces? Like the bishop? Do you think he knows them? I highly doubt he knows them. He would, yeah. He would do the same thing all of y'all do. Like a pigeon, like dance and kick all the pieces off the board and take a shit and claim you won.
Ligma super chatted $9.99. I'm dating my cousin.
W. You know what? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Draining the swamp. Draining the swamp. Everybody's corrupt who's a Democrat. That's why they That's how we got to drain this. By the way, we're not fascist. I'm dating her too, says TikTok. Shit. Trump only knows checkers. It's true. Thank you, Trump. Guys, are we due for a little resetty wetty? Thank you so much for the dono, by the way. Ligma. Trump knows 5D. 5D, it's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. Can we do prayer first? I say we do a prayer. Do. What? Wow. Let's do this. Guys, I just really get in my feels when I do this, and I want y'all to know that. And I need this, honestly. I just need this. Dear Mom Donnie, sweet, bearded, beautiful haired Mom Donnie, who can probably golf -7 on an 18. We just want to praise you today, Mom Donnie. We just want to say thank you for blessing us with your presence and your knowledge and just your wisdom and your studious attitude. And I want to thank you for just pulling down the little panties on all of these pro-MAGA Cuomo weirdos. And I just appreciate you just slapping their little bottom butts. You just putting on a white glove, maybe even something acrylic, like blue, and just spanking their little bottom butts out there. And you're going to show them how it's done. And you're going to save us from this atrocity of a country. You're going to teach people about love and sunshine and friendship and rainbows and ice cream and shit. I can even see you kissing Trump right on the forehead. Maybe even trickle down his cheek with a few more kisses. Teach him love and compassion. And chat, please, I'd like to go ahead and hand around the tray. Right now is when I would take a PayPal, Venmo donations for a super prayer. You get a personal blunt with your prayer. W Virginia, W New Jersey, W all those powerful women out there rising to power. And if you want to join my super exclusive prayer circle for $300 a month, go to my PayPal. It's in my Patreon, and you'll get an invite. Thank you, Mom Donnie. Thank you. All right. Wow, I just feel so uplifted. I feel like I could build a mansion out of origami paper right now. I feel God in this chat tonight. I feel him somewhere else too. Come on. Inject that wind into my veins. All right, chat. We're gonna restart the stream, just like Jesus restarted his life, and we're gonna rise from the ashes in about 30 seconds. And I want you to tap that screen like the Holy Lord depends on it, and I want you to be there passing out gifts, just like our Lord broke bread and passed out wine, especially the wine. Thank you. Chat, I'll see you there. Uh-oh now. The king, the queen, the VP, and the head of Homeland Security. I love that. Good morning, chat. He has risen. I sent you a picture of my dune sleeve. I saw that, Taylor, actually. I forgot to comment. It's badass. I forgot to comment. I was halfway asleep when I looked at it. Hell yeah, man. Chat, tap the screen. We're trying to get in here. We're trying to get all of the debates. We're going to get all of them. Pickles, you were in my city in 2021 for PAX, and I didn't know. I was. For sure, Taylor. Pickles, set a small gift goal, homie. I'm such a bad content creator. The things you gotta do to make this where it pays your bills. And your viewers can now see your live goal post. Is that good? Does that do it? 8,000 likes real quick is a good goal. That's a great goal. Oh shit, we're popping on likes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Chat, we're looking for Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Also, if you're on YouTube, click the thumbs up. Give her a little thumbs up. We actually have an audience watching on YouTube today. We like this. Are there controller contour lines in the hoodie? It's a topographic map of my butthole. Chat, tap the screen. We are talking politics, debates, Trump, Kamala, democracy, elections, election integrity, voting, Supreme Court, immigrants, Bibles in schools, nuking hurricanes, sharks and batteries, Hannibal Lecter. If you think this country's so bad, then leave. Anytime someone has a political position you don't like, that's the cry from the right. Hello?
Hey, Pickles.
What's up, Tom? What do you want to talk about
Hey,
today?
do you think do you have any sorry, I'm trying to group. Uh Mondami, do you think he's be able to get anything done that he wants to? Can be too much pushback, too much in roadblocks.
I don't know. It sounds scary if Trump doesn't want to fund the city of New York. That's definitely an issue. Do you agree with him doing that?
I I honestly haven't heard of that.
Trump threatened to
I
do that.
I've been on vacation. I don't know, but that'd be kind of weird. I mean, if as long as he's not funding Momdami's uh pet projects.
Like busing?
Well, busing. So there was a another video I watched by I think it's Quick Thoughts or something. He broke that down. Like people in New York don't want free buses; they just want on time buses. They're
Wouldn't
more
that
worried
help them
about
be on time?
no. They're actually they had programs before and it did not help. So no.
There's multiple areas that already have these programs and they work.
But they've done it in New York City before and in things like this, and they haven't improved anything. It just made wait times worse.
I don't know. I feel like this is just some weird skepticism, but where you could fix a program that doesn't work. Like any sort of effort to fix infrastructure from Republicans has been really weird. It's like, you guys are really pigeonholed with messaging to dislike anything that's paid for by taxpayers. You don't want to fix anything. You have grievances about everything in place. There's no winning. So I feel like this is absolutely something we could try to do, where we take tax dollars and we help the middle class and the lower class. I think it's totally fine and appropriate, especially somewhere like New York City.
Sure. I mean, hey, it may work. I'm just wondering if it's something that New Yorkers don't want more than on time busing. That's all I'm saying. They don't really care about the free busing as much as
He won by the biggest
on time.
landslide in like 60 years. I feel like
I'm
this is
not for
something they really want.
No, I'm not from New York, so I don't know. It's a cyclical thing, right? Republican wins the House. I'm sorry, wins the presidency, and off
So
year
it's not a
elections
60-year cycle, that's for sure.
no, it's just it's expected that Democrats are going to win the next few elections.
Well, I mean, Democrat was going to win New York City regardless. It's what
Yeah.
flavor. And Mamdani versus Cuomo, it shows that they didn't want status quo. They want the middle class wants protections. They want rent control. They want all sorts of other stuff that rich people don't like.
So what about rent control? I was another video right before here. They were talking about you're going to have these rent control apartments, but in the same building you're going to have apartments that aren't rent controlled, and those prices are going to go up.
I actually will admit that there's a ton of problems with rent control, a lot of far-reaching problems that I'm still reading on. But in all honesty, the alternative is just pricing people out of their homes, making more people homeless, and for Republicans to constantly point at Democrat cities and be like, look how many homeless people there are, and then do just nothing but cheer for the things that make people homeless is ironic.
I don't know. I'm not doing that, but I mean, people are homeless for a lot of reasons, but a lot of it's drug related and stuff like that.
70% of the people that are homeless work, and also homelessness is just a result of your income not meeting a certain threshold of rent. Like in an area, it's very easy to be homeless in a place where rent is so high, like New York. That's all
Yeah,
that means.
but I think when people say homeless, we're not talking about those people really. We're not talking about the working homeless. We're talking me anyways. I'm
You
talking
have a
about
caricature of a homeless person, I guess, in your head that you like. You can demonize and think of, oh, this person uses drugs and it's their own decision. That's not how
I'm
we
not
think about it. We think
I'm
about
not
all of the homeless people who are affected by all of these things.
I didn't demonize them at all. I
You
just
just
said
said that
it's
they're drug users.
no, yeah, most of them are. There's a big majority of homeless people who are on drugs, don't want to get help and stuff like that. They'd rather just be high than get help.
I think
There's
that's
a
a I think there's a causation correlation, right? Like I think when you're homeless, maybe you start doing drugs a lot more. Maybe some people like had that going into homelessness, but I
I
also just
didn't.
don't know if we have any of the data to point to like, oh, well, the overwhelming majority of people are just homeless just because of drugs. I feel like drugs are a symptom and not exactly the problem. The
That
problem the problem is that they're in poverty.
Yeah, but I don't. That's not my experience, honestly. I had a neighbor, anecdotal, whatever. I'll admit to that, but I saw. I knew her into her addiction. They moved in, and I saw her on Facebook, and she looked normal. And then you could see she had issues with, more than likely prescription drugs, which turned into other stuff. But then she became homeless, right? They moved out. They lost their house, the rental house. She became
So
homeless
she had an
because
addiction
of the
problem.
drugs. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. She did have a problem. It
Yeah,
was
there's a
sad. She
lot
was
of people
two young
who take
girls.
prescription drugs normally, right? So she had an addiction problem, and if she had the help that she needed, like if we had free healthcare that enabled people to go get like rehab or substance abuse help, that person probably wouldn't be just sitting there homeless. We wouldn't be
No,
sitting here like demonizing her, like not
we're not
understanding that this
demonizing
is
her.
not usually it's not a decision when you nosedive into like if she was on OxyContin or something, there's like a 5% chance of recovering from that. And for you to just be like, well, that's them. They're
So,
just a druggie.
well, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth because
I know you
you
didn't
don't.
say that. This is just this is
Okay.
the gesture I'm feeling that I'm getting from you.
No, because my mother died of that, so I don't speak light of that at all. She had back surgery back in, I think it was 2000, right around 2000, back surgery, and never was right because of that. So I'm just saying, she had a lot of problems with that. She didn't abuse it, like it wasn't that problem, but she was dependent on it to survive daily. She had pain, and I'm gonna do air quotes of pain because a lot of that is mental. She could have got out of it, but she had opportunity to get help.
But that's
She
an
didn't.
addiction.
It's an addiction, but she didn't. She wasn't using illicit drugs. It was legal. It
It
was
doesn't
her
matter.
prescription, and but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying drug use is bad. I'm not demonizing anyone for it. So I don't know why you would put that on me because I never
Well,
did.
okay,
I
so
never said that.
what are you alluding to when you say most people are on drugs? Why is that
I said
relevant?
homeless people because that's statistically a fact.
Okay, and why is that why is that statistic relevant in our conversation?
Because they're not on they're not homeless because they can't afford
There you
where they
go.
live. A lot of times, it's because drugs put them in that situation. You don't
Sure,
believe it?
sure. I'm sure that happens. But if you
Yes,
have you fed the homeless before?
I have.
How many of them just look like straight up druggies, and how do them look like? Have you seen a full family with kids that are like 6 and 7 years old? There's more of that than
Again,
the people you're like painting right now.
again, we're talking about, there's society has homeless people, and there's different groups of people, right? I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about specifically the ones high on drugs, the ones
Well,
that
now you have to be
don't want
very
help.
acute instead of using a broad brush, and that's what I'm calling you out for.
They don't want to get help, but you're saying that they could get the help. They don't want the help.
Dude, it's not that drug
A
addiction
lot of
is a very delicate thing,
Yes, but
and
they don't want. You're
the
telling
thing
me that they
is,
don't want help if they could get it.
no, there's a lot of things that we would do that is very antithetical to conservatives' beliefs. So, like every time we try to do things like harm reduction or safe treatment centers, and outreach centers where maybe in the midst of them getting safe injection site or something, they go, hey, I want help. That's exactly where
Yes,
you want to intercept somebody who wants to get sober. And I think that you guys have done a lot and shown your true colors with the messaging that comes out when we do these things. Like Biden did some harm reduction thing. It wasn't even Biden, it was like the HHS that approved some funding for like, I think it was like Oregon for harm reduction. And your side's messaging was that Biden's handing out free crack pipes.
How did that work out for Oregon? It
I
didn't.
would assume it saved thousands of lives, right?
It definitely that city. No, it did not.
Wait, you're just
They
gonna
have a
again,
problem
you're
there.
just gonna say,
That's
"Oh, look, Oregon still's a problem," but
they
that
have
obviously saved thousands of lives, right?
they have such a problem there that they reverse their policy.
Okay, not that policy.
The They reversed the policy of
Yeah,
non-criminalizing of certain
sure,
drugs, right?
sure.
Why? Because it was a problem or because it worked?
Because that was a
Letting
problem. I'm talking about safe injection sites.
Yeah, do you want a safe injection site next to your house?
No, I would. I mean, I live in downtown Dallas, so yes, inevitably, yes, I would love one.
You would love one. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, you don't have kids or care about that stuff, but I have kids. That's
No,
dangerous. for me.
because homeless people are everywhere already. What do you mean? Is it what is
not,
a
not in my neighborhood.
okay? I'm in downtown Dallas.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, area like that, the people are against it in their neighborhoods. I don't want stuff in my neighborhoods like that.
Well, okay. Well, that's you being selfish. I don't
It's
know
not
what to
me
tell you,
being
man.
selfish. It's like, would you want criminals? Do you want people who steal for drugs in your neighborhood?
I mean, there are plenty of industrial places where we can put something like this. If that's your first reaction,
Yes,
I can
that's not where they
genuinely
wanna
tell
put
you
it.
you're not really thinking about solutions for this. You just think they're all icky.
I didn't say that, did I? You're assuming. I don't know why we can't have a discussion without you calling out all Republicans, whatever like that. Republicans say this. Why not you and I, dude?
You are not being very careful with your words. This is something you can probably see me doing, but I am not painting people with a broad brush like you are. It's pretty bad.
I'm not because I'm what broad of a brush? I said some people statistically, a lot of people who are homeless are on drugs. Is that not true?
Yeah, this is like the victim blaming thing where we run into this
Who
whole
am
like
I
vicious
blaming
cycle.
anyone? Who is blaming anyone, Pickles?
Right. When we brought up homeless people, you couldn't even help it. You're like, these people are mostly on drugs, so it's their fault. Fuck them. Right? Like, is why
Did I
you said
say
that,
it's
right?
their fault and fuck them?
No,
because you
I'm
wanted to butt in and
obviously
not let
saying
me
that,
make
right?
make
I'm
my
putting that
point.
in there.
No,
What do you mean by
you're
saying that?
wrong
I am
because I didn't
carefully
say that.
helping you dissect. I even asked you, I was very generous. I said, why did you bring it up? And then you
And I
went
told
right
you
back
why,
to
and you
saying,
ignored it.
oh, well, they mostly are like this.
I told you and you ignored it, but that's typical from you guys.
I'm not ignoring anything.
You ignored it. I told you why I didn't do this generalization bullshit you're trying to do. But this is how you get your clicks. This is how you do that.
I don't clip. No, I don't.
You are. This is how you're get your viewers and shit like that, dude. It's like just be a human. Be for real.
Be a human. You got.
Yeah.
Dude, we're the ones out here. We're the ones who write legislation to help these types of people. You're the ones who are like, round them up.
Who's me? Who's me? You don't
Are
know
you voted for
me.
Trump, right?
What does it have to do with anything?
This is what comes along.
Who I
With,
vote
like
for wouldn't matter.
you guys have very, very much adopted this whole "fuck your feelings," like all this
Yeah,
thing
fuck your
attitude.
feelings. What feelings don't matter?
Exactly.
Feelings do not matter.
Exactly.
What if feelings matter? Would
Exactly.
You, make
You guys, when it's very convenient for you, you guys lack so much compassion.
No. We just stick with facts, not feelings.
That's not true.
What's wrong with that?
That's not even true. You guys, we call Trump out for lying all the time.
We called Biden out for lying all
What's
the time.
Biden's worst lie?
About being able to walk and think on his own.
So the admission of not saying anything or something. What's his worst lie?
Lying to the American people that he had prostate cancer.
Okay, what's his worst lie that misled everybody? That just the whole public was just so confused, and we started making decisions based on it. And it, like Trump saying that these people are murderers and rapists, or like Trump saying that tariffs are paid for by foreign countries, or like all of the misleading things that Trump got to say to get y'all to vote for him. What's that for Biden?
Well, I didn't vote for Biden, so.
Okay, what do you think I was fooled by when I voted for Biden?
You tell me what lie you believe.
All right, so Biden doesn't have any good lies for you? It's not the same?
He's got a lot of lies. I mean, most of the things that you guys said Trump lied about aren't actually lies.
Okay, who pays for the tariffs? Foreign countries or us?
The importer pays them.
Yeah, Trump still maintains that foreign countries pay these tariffs. He doesn't want to admit that it's a tax on us.
It's not a tax. Well, you guys, it's a tax on businesses. It's a business tax.
I don't care what you say. The foreign countries aren't paying it.
Sure. Did I say they were?
No, Trump does.
You want to. You also want to. You probably think that the consumer pays that tariff.
it does trickle down to the consumer. But Trump, you're missing the point. Trump is completely wrong and maintains that, and his press
I haven't
secretary
heard him
also
say
maintains
so I
that.
have to take your- I
When
have to take your-
when fucking what's her name, Carolyn Levitt was asked about this, she snapped at a reporter and she was like, "Of course you would say this," and she goes, "Of course the taxes are paid for by foreign countries." The whole administration's lying about it. It's so weird. I've
Okay,
never
what-
seen
what-
anything like it.
What about Trump trying to lower the price of Ozempic for Americans?
Do
Is
I
that a
look?
good or a bad thing?
Sure, that's great. That's great. But he's also completely fucking up the entire economy, and he's like trying to start a civil war. So I really can't look at these little things like people getting
He's trying to start a
Ozempic.
civil war? He
Trump?
is?
Yeah.
You guys already initiated that.
How
many
did we
months
do that?
ago. You remember? You don't remember?
Because a
remember.
YouTuber died.
Yeah, because more than that. There was a guy with a nice little rifle.
Because y'all shot Melissa Hortman and her husband.
What does it have to do with? Oh, pivot. Come on, dude.
We're talking about right, like so.
Pivot.
70% of the domestic terrorism is Republicans
That
or
was-
right-wing terrorism.
That was a crazy guy, and he wasn't. It had nothing to do with. Him
Oh, he's
being
crazy.
Republican.
You don't get to claim him. Okay.
Why would we? What's the
He had a
claim? Why
whole
does
list.
everything gotta
He had
be
a whole.
political?
He had a whole list of pro-choice legislatures he wanted to kill. It was very
Yeah,
political.
That's not political.
That's not.
What?
That is literally in
That's
essence political.
religious.
How is that
It was
not political?
It was religious craziness.
Those people were in politics. They were political figures.
Because he was against abortion, and Democrats are pro-abortion.
There you go. So that's political. That is right-wing domestic
It's-
terrorism. It's
it's
called
not-
anti-abortion
it's
terrorism.
religion.
It's all on your side. That is y'all's belief. Trump perpetuates this. Your politicians
No.
perpetuate this. You guys own every one of those.
No,
Everyone.
You can believe that. Yeah, Charlie Kirk, right? We own that.
Yeah. What harmful
hating-
harmful
rhetoric.
ideologies led to Charlie Kirk dying?
Calling him a fascist, calling him.
Well,
everything
he
you
is a
said about him,
fascist.
Racist. He's not.
He is a white supremacist.
He wasn't. He's not.
Was.
That's again your opinion. He's not. You guys also lie about like when you
Tom, do you want to
you
dissect that?
refuse to play a full. You guys still think Trump said there are good people on both sides.
You guys are
referring
still.
to-
I've literally haven't heard that from anyone but y'all in years, in like 6 years.
No, I've been in lives where they said it recently.
Okay, I've never. That's the only one y'all have. That's the only lie that you guys can catch on the media, and it's like 8 years old. It's so sad.
But
Trump
you guys
fucking
still-
lies
you
every
guys still
day.
do it. You guys still use it, so I don't.
I've never heard anyone use it. I've never used it.
I have, so I mean, I have. So
I've
I don't-
never ever used it.
I don't know, man. You're a disingenuous person. I'm trying to be real, and you're just acting. You're just trying to poke and fight. But anyways, I was trying to have a good discussion, but you wanna play the game. But that's okay. I appreciate you, man.
All right, have a good one, Tom. What? Y'all, if you are friendly, please get out of my box. I'm looking for opposition. I'm looking for debates only. Hello?
Hello?
That's not a real voice. That's not a real voice. Hello? Feliciana? Hello? It's me, Pickles. Hello?
What's good, my nigger? How's it been?
What the fuck? Chad, if you're Trump supporter, you want to debate up in the box. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell yeah, nigga. I'm a Trump supporter. What's good, my nigger? Kind words, man. Just trying to be positive, you know. Spread the love. I mean,
Oh, he gone already. It's always the ones that hide behind the pictures that don't belong to them. But what's up, Pickles? How you, my brother?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Just getting my groove.
it's gonna be a lot of wackos out here, seeing that we took so many things yesterday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of them. It's gonna be a lot of them. You know, Trump don't like this. I told them if they vote for him, it would be another 9/11. I'm gonna drop back down to the comments. Keep doing your thing, brother.
Appreciate you. Much love.
All right, brother. Much love.
Hello?
Hello?
Club, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
Well, I'd say the main reason I voted for him was his immigration policy and kind of locking down the border. That's what kind of gravitated me towards voting for him.
Why is that such a big issue for you?
Well, I think people crossing illegally and it not really being taken seriously, I think that's can be and is a national security issue in my opinion. And I don't think there was much of a importance placed on it in the Biden administration.
So, in your eyes, you think we just like weren't vetting anybody? Everybody was allowed in?
Yeah, I think they were just letting any and everybody in, kind of just flooding in.
Oh. What makes you think that?
I mean, all the people that crossed under the Biden administration.
How many people is that?
I think it was 300. I don't know the exact number, but it was quite a lot.
So you're not sure, but it was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I watched all the press coverage during that time, and it was getting reported on a lot, and you could see the live footage of everyone crossing.
Uh-huh. So when you ever look up like the statistics of like who got to come in, who got kicked out immediately? Did you ever look at that?
No, I mean, I don't think people were just being kicked out. I don't. That was my thing.
Why do you think that? Do you think that? Do you believe that there could be propaganda, like in America?
Yeah, no, I believe there's propaganda on both sides.
Mm-hmm. So if they show a bit like a video of people walking in the desert, and they're like, "There's a bajillion people coming. They're all allowed in," you're just like, "Yep, that makes sense."
No, it
Makes
wasn't
sense.
just people walking in the desert. I mean, it was the fact that the border was just left. Everybody was let in. There was no
Really,
process.
there was no process. So we had the exact same border laws in place the first 3 years Trump administration. Did he have an open border?
No. I'm talking about under the Biden administration.
Yeah, I know. The same laws are in place. Same border patrol. They did the same thing. If you came to the border, they asked the same questions. If you were allowed in, well, you were kicked out. If you weren't.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why did the Texas governor deploy the National Guard to the border?
You tell me, man. It's political theater, right? Because National Guard can't do anything. They can't arrest people. They can't even check citizenship. It was literally, it's just political theater. The Texas states can't even enforce the border. The federal, it's in the Constitution. That part is literally in the Constitution. And he did it for political theater, and he had to make us come and pick up barbed wire that he put out there that was fucking with Border Patrol and allowing them to do their jobs. He knew that he couldn't. He has a fucking a whole office of lawyers looking at this stuff. He knew for sure he couldn't do that, and he wanted us to come and take it up and use the Supreme Court to make him pick it up. It was political theater, very expensive political theater. You should be furious.
I mean, I saw it as the Border Patrol weren't doing their job. He took it upon himself to...
Like a vigilante? What does he think? He's Batman? He's the governor.
Yeah, but if he's the governor and he thinks that, and there is illegal immigration on record numbers flooding through his border, I think he has every right.
He would
to
have you
take-
believe that. Like they always show you. I always find out that everybody on the right has no idea what like what's going on at the border. They have this like grandiose, weird imagery of like everyone just coming through. Everyone's it's so crazy that you actually believe the border was wide open. That's wild to me.
No, I don't believe it was wide open. I'm not saying that like people could just stroll through. I'm just saying the process they made it, the process of getting into the country illegally easier.
Oh, what process did they change?
Well, they didn't. There was no like, you usually you'd apply for a green card, apply for residency of a state.
Okay, so you don't know.
No, I do know.
No.
What I'm saying.
What did they change?
They didn't do it. That they didn't enforce any of this.
Okay,
is what
so
I'm saying.
what memo did they release to say stop enforcing this?
They didn't. But
Okay.
my point is, immigration wouldn't be such a massive issue right now if not a lot of illegal immigrants enter
Every
the country.
single one of them are just like you. They don't know anything. They just saw a bunch of videos or on Fox or something, and they heard Trump say it a million times that there's 20 million people here, which is false. It's a big, huge lie. He also said 14 million. That's a huge, big, huge lie. The sign that saved his life, the graph, that was also a lie. It literally just showed encounters, meaning you walked over the border, and before you can be arrested, you have to. You have to walk over the border. So they only counted people who crossed, didn't count how many people got kicked out immediately, which Biden did at a higher percentage than Trump.
Biden had more encounters.
Yeah, and with even higher encounters, having an even higher scrutiny level is impressive.
Yeah, but higher encounters just means more people tried to cross.
Yes, and the people that were allowed in, right? Is that
Illegally.
Biden's fault?
They were allowed in illegally.
No, they were allowed in legally. What illegal thing did we allow in people for?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
All right, you have no idea. You're just you have this thing in your head that Trump sold you. It absolutely just has to be true because everybody talks like this on your side.
It's not just that. It's the fact that you guys are defending illegal immigration.
No, we're not. We're not. You guys have made us come defend their civil rights and their fucking human rights. You guys are putting them in fucking prisons in El Salvador for the rest of their lives with no due process.
No,
I don't want that to happen to me.
Home country of origin.
That's not even true either. They're trying to send them to like Uganda and Sudan, which has a huge fucking like civil war going. That's actually true. Libya.
You deport someone back to their country of origin.
No, that's not true. Where's Abrego Garcia? Where's Abrego Garcia going?
I don't even know who that is.
The guy that was sent to El Salvador that Trump ignored Supreme Court orders to bring back. And then he said, fuck you. And then he did a smear campaign on Abrego Garcia using the federal government because he was caught doing this. And he eventually had to bring him back. And then they trumped up old charges on him so that he would have to face prosecution in the United States when he came back. And now they're going to send him to like Uganda or I think Libya.
Where was his country of origin?
El Salvador.
So Trump sent him back to his home country.
He had a court order to specifically not go back to that country because he was in threat of his life. He had a federal court order.
I don't know the specifics of that individual.
Well, that's the truth. That's what happened. That's why he's back in the United States right now, right? There had to have something that would have happened, right? To bring him all the way back from a terrorist prison.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for, like, I'm not saying I'm against immigration. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people make. It's like I'm not against. No, Trump is against illegal immigration.
No. He's also deporting 500,000 legally present people. He's also reduced the amount of asylum or refugees that we take as a country from 120K down to 7.5. A historic low in United States history.
So where are you getting this that Trump is against all types of immigration?
The two things I just said.
So Okay, can you
What
repeat
you
those?
guys are cheering that you have no encounters, right? There's no encounters at the border.
I'm not saying there's no encounters. I'm just saying I'm not for you coming in the country illegally. Like, I believe a process, laws need to be followed. Process needs to be followed.
Well, that's not what Trump's doing. In fact, he's like
Yeah,
spending
he's
spending 140 billion dollars, which is more than any country's military, on these like weird principles you have. You're like, well, you just need to come across the border the right way. Like, I could have literally lived the rest of my life without any of this, and we could have got like free healthcare or something. This is a weird journey for us. You guys explaining to me why we're spending all of this money, why it's so important, why we look like dicks on the world stage, why Trump is trampling on people's civil rights, why we're building alligator Alcatraz, why we're ripping families apart, why we're shrinking our own economy in the midst of doing this because we're short on labor.
I mean, did you have an issue with when Obama took families apart? Because he did the same thing.
If there were issues when he started doing what's it called? Expedited removals. And I still maintain that Obama didn't do this with harmful rhetoric. He didn't say they're poisoning the blood of the country and that they're vermin and that they're rapists and criminals. He didn't run on it for 10 years yelling, build a wall, and saying all these horrible things that families had to fight over because literally, like, I could not get along with people who just were like, yeah, that's true, Couldn't do that.
Take the rhetoric away. He did the same thing.
No, you can't just take the rhetoric away, right? This is fascist rhetoric. This is very demonic, horrible, like harmful to our society. You can't just take the rhetoric away.
What exactly? What's harmful?
Okay, we've seen the rise of white supremacy and domestic right-wing terrorism in this country. We've seen the rise of Nazism. We've seen the rise of like people like rapers. We've seen all these people come mask off. They're super comfortable right now. And there's a thing called stochastic terrorism. So when Trump starts saying these things, people start acting out, right? When Trump says, if Trump were to say, all people with green glasses are pedos, statistically, one person with green glasses is going to get hurt. If Trump said that for 10 years, a bunch of people with green glasses are going to get hurt. Trump has been doing that, except with immigrants.
Can you give me a specific thing he said?
Okay. Yeah, they're poisoning the blood of the country. Do you know Hitler said that, right?
No, I'm not familiar with Hitler.
Do you think that Hitler and his rhetoric to get people to follow along with his crazy ideas should be shunned?
Wait, can you say that again?
Do you think the rhetoric that got people to go along with Hitler's crazy ideas should be shunned?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was only his rhetoric that got people to follow him. I think.
What was it?
I think people were scared under Hitler, and what he would do if people didn't listen or follow what he said.
At a certain point, but before that, he made you scared of the Jewish person, said they're more criminal. Sound familiar? Or that they're hurting the economy. Sound familiar?
Well, Trump isn't taking immigrants and killing them like Hitler did with the Jews.
Not yet.
You think he would actually do that?
Just because he's not killing them doesn't mean we can't call out fascism. And Trump, no matter what the end goal is, it could be very bad. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean I don't get to call you out for it, man.
I think, yeah, absolutely. Like, you can't call it something out if it hasn't happened yet.
No, these are the warning signs of fascism. We get to call it out. Sorry.
You get to call out enforcing the law.
Enforcing the law is a straw man of what's going on, right? Like, every authoritarian regime is obsessed with enforcing the law and national security. And that's what Trump has done by repeating this shit in the media, just like Hitler, over and over again. They would ask him, hey, Trump, how's your court date going? He'd be like, immigrants are coming here. They're raping everybody. Like, what the fuck are you saying that for? We're asking about your court date. He was intentionally doing this, brainwashing the masses.
First of all, I think I'm not saying I don't think every person that comes across is a rapist or a criminal, but you can't say that there aren't a few that come across that are.
In fact, it's very few. It's so statistically low that we shouldn't even bring it up in the same sentence as immigrants.
But how could you know that if they're undocumented? We have no
Because
information.
this is how I know you're so lost. Undocumented doesn't mean that they're just fucking ghosts, man. 60% of undocumented people are here on overstayed visas, meaning we know exactly who they are. We've done tons of vetting. They've paid their way in, and actually, they just didn't renew their visa. They're not.
That leaves an
ghosts.
extra 40% of people we have no idea who they are.
That's not true either. They get driver's license, they buy houses, they rent. We know who they are.
An undocumented immigrant, you're fine with them getting an official state ID.
Yes, why is that bad?
Because they came here illegally.
And why is it bad again?
It's because there's a process.
What's the big bad outcome? Like, I know you hate them. What's the big bad outcome that happens when they get an ID? What's the big bad thing that happens when they get an ID?
Because then you're treated as a citizen. Like, you get the same privileges as the
What
like,
privileges?
You can drive, you have an ID, a state ID. Most people would assume that if you have a state ID, you're a citizen of that state.
No, that's not true. That's very silly.
What do you mean? If I want to go get a driver's license in another state, I have to be a resident or reside in that state.
You don't even have to get a driver's license in another state.
Yeah, but that's my point. You said they get driver's license.
Yeah, and it's actually very helpful because it reduces hit and runs. So yes, bigoted people like you would stand in the way of people getting hit and run.
Why are you trying to make it sound like you said I hate them all? Where do you get that idea?
You have this knee-jerk reaction to me saying they have the ability to get an ID, and you had to figure out why that's bad. You couldn't even figure it out.
Because is there any other country you can go in and get a legal ID from their government?
Yes, it doesn't make you a fucking citizen. That's silly.
What country?
I don't. I could just guess Germany.
You think I could go to Germany as an American and get a state-issued ID from Germany?
Sure. Yeah. For
I
free,
doubt
actually. Japan.
Dude, Japan has one of the hardest immigration laws.
That doesn't mean you're immigrating. Again, you're conflating an ID with immigrant. It's insane. What are you doing?
Dude, if you think anybody can go to Japan, they're very strict about that type of stuff. They have the toughest laws regarding that.
Germany, every other Western civilization, like that developed country, you can just go get an ID so that the state would love to ID you. They would love for you to come check in so they know who the fuck you are. They have an ID. Why would you not want that? Like, if they did a crime, you would be that much closer to finding out who did it. Why are you against this?
I would have a passport.
Oh my God.
I would have other identifiable information.
And if they don't?
Well, then I'd ask how you got into the country.
Okay. All right. Well, that doesn't solve anything. That doesn't solve a crime. So this is what I'm talking about: reducing crime. We're talking about reducing hit and runs. Talking about all these things that would make them more of a member of society with none of the perks. They pay all of the taxes. It's just a way for them to identify themselves, and you just don't want them to even exist at that level in our society. Is wild.
I'm totally fine if they do it a legal way. You're mixing up and you're making it sound like I hate all immigrants.
Dog, this is how far we've come. That's not true. You just dismissed Trump shipping 500 million people who are legally here too. You're like, oh wow. Well, as long as he's getting some of the bad ones.
I didn't. When did I ever say
that's what I gather? What do you have to say to that? What do you have to say to Trump shipping 500,000 people, Ukrainians, Venezuelans, people who definitely should not go back to their home country? Haiti, it's still not good to go there. Sudan, have you seen these countries right now?
Yeah, I'm aware. I mean,
why are we shipping these people back? They were here legally. In fact, he invited the people from Venezuela. He's the one who gave them TPS.
So they were here legally, meaning they had a green card, something along the lines.
They had temporary protective status. What happens is when your country is on this list, you're greenlit to come and apply for TPS. And that's why our border was flooded by Venezuelans when Trump left office.
Which lasts how long?
12, 18 months.
And they're being deported before that.
No, Biden renewed it for another 18. And again, you renew it if you're for the legal way, right? They came the legal way. These are people who absolutely should be here and deserve to be here. If their country's in turmoil, especially if we fucked their country up, which in the most cases it is the case, we should definitely give them a place. Remember Nazi Germany? We just brought that up. When we found out in 1950 something that because of people like you having weird like reactions to just having people come over for no reason, we found out that a lot of Jewish people died because we turned them away.
What are you saying? People like me?
People who just have weird hesitations that can't really verbalize them, you're just here for the rule of law, no matter who gets hurt and how much money we spend and like how vicious it is.
I believe every country has the right to enforce its laws. That's all I'm saying.
That's a straw man, right?
That's a what?
That's a straw man, right? Like if we wanted to enforce the laws, Trump would be in prison for sure. I don't know. Like I think it's just very selective for y'all.
It's not selective. I mean, if there's a large amount of people doing something that is against the law, like coming into the country illegally and
causing almost no problems.
Doesn't matter if they're causing no problems.
Yes, it does. We write laws because because of the problems they cause in society, right? Like a lot of people speed, a lot more people speed than people who enter the country illegally. But you're not flustered with this. Like I could obsess over this. We could spend hundreds of billions on that. It would actually like save lives. I think I would be way more productive, and just as absurd, I guess, as what y'all are doing. It would shrink the economy. It would slow down trade. It would make driving very expensive. If you're a fucking commercial driver, you'd be at high risk. If you went 1 mile over speed limit or missed a turn signal, you're fucked. But it's enforcing the law, man. It's enforcing the law. Like if we took the same vigor to anything, it would be absurd.
So are you saying if it's not hurting anybody, it's fine to break the law?
No, I'm saying that we have to be discretionary. We have the discretion to take our budget and focus on the problems we're actually having in America. And you guys are focusing on a non-issue for political reasons because people like you believe it and buy into it. And you actually look at the data, and every step of this is antithetical to helping our economy or keeping the peace or like the well-being of America. This is really, it's just harmful, and people are just bedazzled by it. They love it. They're like, oh, Trump's upsetting the left. They don't actually see the damage that's happening.
The damage of deporting illegals?
Yes.
I mean, I don't understand how that contributes to a safer and better world for us.
So I don't know if you just see the videos of the women getting shot by ICE or people getting tackled in the parking lot of their schools, or I don't know, people crying because their mommy's in handcuffs outside the car. Like I think that's far worse than what they were doing here. I don't know. They crossed an imaginary line and they're working.
So
fuck.
Well, first of all, would you expect the kid to go to the prison with them? Like, of course you have to separate.
We could just think about these things, like all of the options we have for immigrants, right? We can give them a pathway to citizenship. Like these people who have kids here, who have been working 30 years, like contributing tax money and receiving almost nothing in return. Why wouldn't we give them like what you're the type of person we want? We want exactly that kind of person who doesn't commit any crimes. That's who we want in this country.
Yeah, but if your pathway to doing that was crossing illegally in the first place, I don't think that
doesn't mean you're a bad person at all. I don't think that describes anybody in a bad way. I think that if you were in a country where it's very like hard to live, or if there's a lot of crime, and you're like, dang, there's a $250 fine for crossing the country illegally. I better not. We'll just hope my sister doesn't get turned into a prostitute. We'll chill right here. Like no one's doing that.
Well, if it was me, I would be respectful and say I'm going to do it the right way. I mean,
no, you wouldn't. You would really say, listen, sister, mother, I know this gang has threatened to rape you or has raped you, but we got to do this the right way. Nobody's doing that.
So I'm going to risk breaking the law going into another country just to put myself at a bigger risk of being sent back to another country.
Yes.
When I can do it the legal way and stay there for as long as I'd like.
The legal way that costs tens of thousands of dollars and takes years and years and years. Yes, you absolutely will crosswalk hundreds of miles through the desert with nothing but clothes on your back to do that. Yes, millions of people have done it. They do it.
Okay, and why wouldn't those other? If you're in that situation, why does it then become the U.S.'s responsibility?
I'm not saying it's a responsibility. You're acting like it's a burden. First of all, we're in population decline. We have a dissolving workforce. We have insolvency and all of these programs. They're coming in and paying into them. None of it hurts us. It just hurts your feelings. You're like somehow obsessed with national security, even though they do almost no crime, almost none. Last year, 29 murders. There's 13 million of them. So all of those good people here, not murdering people, I want them. I want as many as we can get.
Wait, so you're saying there's 29 undocumented individuals that murdered someone?
Yes.
That's 29 too many. That should have never happened.
That's an expensive rule. It will never be zero. And you guys will spend $140 billion a year to getting that 29 to zero. 48,000 people die every year from car crashes. We could shave that off with far less than $140 billion.
You can shave off car crashes?
Yeah, enforcing speeding tickets.
Speeding is, I would argue, heavily enforced in, depending on where we're talking about. Large populated cities, you have speed cameras. I've gotten tickets. I've gotten maybe 7 tickets in the past 2 months for speeding.
I've gone 182 miles an hour on the highway next to my house.
I'm talking like populated cities.
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
The highway wouldn't be in a city though.
I'm in Dallas, Texas. There's highways everywhere in the city.
Do they have speed cameras?
No.
Well, there you go.
Do you think a Republican state wants speed cameras?
No, but that's my argument to how you could better solve that.
Your side would never do that.
I know they wouldn't, but I'm just saying that is my argument, because you're saying you could spend all this money
It's
to solve
also
that.
not going to stop anybody from speeding. They just send you a ticket.
Yeah, but it acts as a deterrent.
Yeah. We could also install cameras at the border, and then we're good, right?
There are cameras at the border.
Oh, then we're good?
No, but that's not used for the same purposes.
It's a deterrent.
It's not a deterrent. It's to identify who's coming in and out.
They should see it and be scared.
What if you're coming? What do you mean?
I'm just using your own logic.
It's not the same thing.
Yes, it is. In fact, speeding's far more deadly, far more consequential. I don't see why you're not focusing on this. I think you're a speeding apologist. I think you're a car wreck apologist.
Because I can't control other people's actions. I can't control who speeds and who doesn't speed.
We can enforce the law, dude. It's a law of the land.
It is.
You're not a
enforced.
patriot.
I mean, if you're going to talk literally, sure. But it's enforced.
It's the law. It's not enforced. I speed all the time and I don't get pulled over.
Well, I would say lucky you.
It's not luck. It's endemic. Everybody's doing it. People are dying. 48,000 people die a year.
And whose fault would that be? Their fault?
The people who got hit by cars, no.
Well, the people speeding.
Okay. Yeah, it's the people who speed, so they should be stopped and ticketed.
Sure, I agree.
All right. Well, why don't we do that? That's much cheaper. We're not tearing families apart unnecessarily. Like we're not tackling them outside of. Yeah. Why would we just extra hate people when they do crimes that aren't citizens? Like you care more about one girl who gets murdered by an undocumented than 10 girls who get murdered by a U.S. citizen?
That's not what I said. But
that's what the math is doing.
The one murder by the undocumented is one murder that should have never happened in the first place.
I don't even know what that means.
Then what do you mean?
All murders shouldn't happen in the first place. I don't know what you're talking about. All murders are bad.
That murder could be prevented.
No, it couldn't have.
That person should have never been here in the first place.
So if you're trying to stop murders by enforcing immigration, and that's the dumbest, least potent way to stop murders, and that's what I'm pointing out. It's stupid.
No, I'm not saying solely to stop murders. I'm saying to solely stop all and every crime.
Yeah, I know. That's stupid. It's very bad discretion of the law.
To stop people who shouldn't be here in the first place from committing crimes.
Yes, because those aren't the type of people committing crimes. So, Yeah,
But they
it's very
do.
bad
I'm not saying
discretion.
they all, but I'm saying the crime they do commit is crime that should have never happened here in the
No,
first
that's
place.
just a crime your feelings are extra hurt about, right? That's not actually a worse crime.
I'm not saying it's a worse crime.
Okay, then that's what you need
I'm
to
saying
concede.
it
You've
should have
conceded
never
that
happened.
we are focusing on crimes that are equally as bad, but far less frequent. We're demonizing a certain type of person. You're extra hurt. Your feelings are extra hurt when a little girl like Laken Riley dies and it was a migrant. But when 40,000 people die from guns every year, no biggie. Necessary evil, according to Charlie Kirk, no big deal.
What Charlie? So you don't like Charlie Kirk?
No.
Yeah, you definitely don't. I think you heard. I heard you say you thought he was a white supremacist.
Yes. Was.
What makes you say that?
Do you know what great replacement theory is?
No, I'm not familiar.
You got a device on you?
I mean, I'm assuming I can't exit. Use
Here,
my
I'll just
phone.
show you. I'll just show you. All right, I want you to help me read this. Great replacement theory. Is a white nationalist conspiracy theory which falsely claims that white populations in Western countries are being deliberately replaced by non-white immigrants, people of color. Proponents of the theory argue this plot orchestrated by elites, sometimes specifically naming Jewish individuals, to dilute political power, culture, and demographics of white people. Charlie Kirk has two pretty good tweets on this. He says, great replacement theory is not a theory, it's a fact. And then he says, Democrats want this nation to be less white. He is a white supremacist. Immigration, America was at its peak when we halted immigration for 40 years and we dropped our foreign-born percentage to its lowest ever. He's alluding that foreign-born people cause problems or something, that there's going to be economic prosperity. White supremacist talking point. We should be unafraid to do that. The American Democrat Party hates this country. They want to see it collapse. They love it when America becomes less white. The Great Replacement Strategy, which is well underway every single day in our southern border, is a strategy to replace white rural America with something different.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, I would say I don't agree with that, but you know,
Trump is making a statue
of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, and in an official day.
Well, I mean, he said some things I disagree with, but he said a lot of things I agree with as well.
I'm sure I could read a bunch of Hitler quotes that sound great out of context too. But he said some and championed some very harmful rhetoric: sexist, misogynist, anti-gay, homophobic, transphobic, anti-immigration stuff. Like, he hits all of the points. He was just a very well-spoken guy with bad teeth.
I mean, I obviously don't know everything he's ever said, so I'm not going to sit here and say I support everything he said, because if he said stuff along the lines of that theory, then yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. But he said some things I do agree with, which I'm not going to discredit.
His whole platform was wrapping up all of these ideas in a pretty little bow of palpable stuff, of the things you were mentioning. Like, I like those things. Yeah, it doesn't matter. When someone crosses this line, that's it. That's when they're gone for me. Like I don't want to hear anything. Someone who says this, I don't want to hear anything they have to say. If I find out like a comedian says these things, every joke they ever say is unfunny for me, ever. Looking back, it's not funny at all. It ruins it. I don't see how people have all of these caveats to these people like Trump and Kirk when they say these disgusting things, dehumanizing things. When he was shot in the fucking neck, he was scapegoating the left because the shooter of this church was a trans person, but they were a vehement right-wing white supremacist. And he didn't mention any of that. He wanted to make sure that y'all thought this trans person was ours and our ideology was harmful. As he was getting shot in the fucking neck, he was demonizing trans people.
I thought he was talking about gang violence in regards to immigration when he was shot in the neck.
No.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Nope.
That was what he was talking about
The
gang
opening
violence.
sentence when he got popped, he was talking about the shooter. He was just about to talk about the shooter, the trans shooter.
I don't know. Last clip I saw he was talking about the gang violence in regards to immigration.
He was pivoting to the trans shooter. He started describing it.
So what was your reaction to his death then?
I think it was very unfortunate, and I think it was something that opened up even more traction for the right.
So you weren't the person who was like celebrating.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good at least. Would you? I mean, did you have an issue with people celebrating his death?
Yeah, I didn't allow it in my channel.
Okay. Well, I support that. I don't know. I also, in my experience, like I can have a debate with you, right? We have different beliefs, but anytime I try to have a debate with anyone else on the left, it instantly they're unable to communicate. They talk to me like, "Oh, you're my enemy. You don't agree with me. You deserve to die." That's also a massive part. Like I don't like to involve myself with that type of ideology.
If you don't like to be around violent ideologies, I would say look at this graph.
Graph.
You see all the red? That's right-wing domestic violence. Right-wing domestic terrorism violence, political violence. All of the black dots, that's left. So when your politics is solely based on dividing people on sexuality, on race, on gender, on religion, on abortion ideas, those things turn violent. The top 13 domestic terrorist groups in the United States are all right wing. We got the Boogaloo Boys. They burned down the Minneapolis police station during the 2020 riots. We've got people like the Patriot Front and the Proud Boys who literally did a seditious conspiracy, and Trump pardoned them for having a full-blown plan to overthrow the government. We have people who do anti-abortion, which like they do bomb threats on abortion clinics. All this, it goes on and on. In our side, the first instance of domestic terrorism on the left is PETA. They go and like maybe do some unethical things in the name of animals.
Wait, but look, what the black dot? What are the numbers on the right represent? Because I'm assuming the bottom are the year, but then the numbers on the right, is that the amount?
I think it's per capita, resulting guilty verdict, source prosecution project. I'm guessing these are hundreds of murders or hundreds of cases, criminal cases. So the black being at the top, that doesn't mean that they are highest. You're looking at literally just the volume of the black.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't talking like in terms of violence. I was talking about like just being able to associate yourself with somebody who has a different belief than you.
Okay, but you would much easily get along with somebody who's not violent, right?
Yeah. But my point is like I can sit here and say like I respect your views, but I don't think you can sit here and say I respect mine.
I don't know, man. I think that you have to believe a lot of wild stuff to be on your side of the political spectrum, especially right now. The Overton window for the United States, the right in the United States is very far right. It's further right than most other countries. And I think that it's not wild for me to say that the left here in America is very moderate. Very moderate, and for us to give any sort of ground to the right and make a concession is I don't think necessary at all.
No, not concession, but just simply saying like, oh, I can't be around you. I can't talk to you. I can't be friends with you.
Well, yeah, I know, but because Trump, the leader of your party, the person who is leading the country, is doing a lot of unforgivable things, and you have to be like, you have to make it a joke to survive a conversation.
Yeah, but not everyone's like diehard Trump.
But Trump is diehard Trump, and it was a very violent decision to vote for him, I think.
Well, you think, yeah, but I think it would have been a lot worse to vote for Kamala.
How so?
You know, because judging by how the Biden administration handled things that were important to me, and then
Like what?
Like I said, immigration was the big one for me, and then.
But we've just substantiated. You don't really know why. You just like really want to enforce a law that doesn't affect anybody.
I told you why. I think it's dangerous. There's a legal
dangerous.
process. Yes.
You would rather put them in prison for the rest of their lives than like
who's going
to save them?
For their lives.
The people that Trump sent to CCOT.
Not everyone's going. When you get deported, you're just going home to your country.
That's not true either. He's sending people to random third countries too.
That is not true.
All right.
I don't think that's true at all.
Trump sending immigrants to random Trump administration third country removals put people in 200 migrants deported to Costa Rica, including many European, Asian, and Middle Eastern people. Third country deportations is what this is called. He's doing this. Uganda, South Sudan, and Rwanda, because their government's non-existent and they can't say no.
But they're from those countries.
No, they are not.
Where are they from?
El Salvador.
But how do you know that?
Because I know Obrego Garcia is not from fucking Sudan.
That's one example. I'm talking. You're making.
If he can do it once, he can do it an infinite amount of times, right?
So you're speculating.
But he is doing it. I just read you where 250 migrants with no plans to integrate them into society were just shipped to Rwanda.
But we don't know where those immigrants were originally from.
But they're not from Rwanda.
How do you know?
Because that's why it's mentioned. They have no plans to integrate them into society.
Into our society?
Into theirs, into Rwanda's society.
I'm kind of confused here.
Look, which third countries are accepting U.S. deportees? And it's Rwanda, Uganda, South Sudan, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador. El Salvador was one, and they happily took some into their prison, all the way into the prison, without any sort of fucking due process. And that's when we threw a shit fit, and Trump had to change gears.
What, so El Salvador's the one putting them in their prisons?
Trump is sending them directly to the prison and paying them.
I mean, once they get in their country, I don't.
No. You don't get to do that. No, you don't get to do that. He sent them right to the prison doors, and they even took a look at 9 of them, and they're like, "We don't take women. We don't take people from these other countries. You got to take those back." And it's just because they weren't admitted in the prison, not the country, that they came back. He's sending them directly to the prison.
Yeah, but he would have no jurisdiction to put them in that prison. Is my
And he just so happens to be super good buddies with Bukele, the authoritarian of that country.
So you're saying Bukele has no decision? He's not making the decisions where these people go in his country.
He's also saying he doesn't. He came to the White House and said to our faces with a bold-faced lie, "Say, my hands are tied. We can't release him. He's a fucking dictator. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He could eat fucking cake."
Yeah, I mean, but are you saying that?
And it turns out he could. And it turns out he could. We finally got him back, right?
Yeah, but are you saying that Trump is in charge of putting these people in foreign prisons?
He is. Yes, he is literally making deals with foreign countries to put people directly into their prisons. Yes.
I'm not too familiar. I would have to research.
This is what encompasses Trump's immigration system that you love so much, that where migration's down or people at the border are down. This is why, because Trump is doing crazy shit that United States or any leader would not do. And this is why we are protesting. This is why people are on the streets. This is why people say fuck ICE. This is why people might get violent, because this is insane.
Fuck. So I get why people are against ICE. Like, sure, you don't like what they're doing, but at the end of the day, that's their job.
No, Trump has created that to be their job. Yeah.
To enforce law.
No, it's more than that. We've never had it at this scale ever. No one's needed it. Nobody really. This is.
Even Obama did this.
Obama did not
ICE.
spend $140 billion in ICE.
Because there probably wasn't that as big of an issue with
It still isn't.
immigration.
It literally, we had the same numbers. When Trump left office, we had 11.7 million undocumented migrants. And when he came back, there's like 13. For you to act like it's the end of the world is insane.
That's a lot of undocumented people.
But it's a country of 350 million people. That's 3%.
It's still, I mean, you have to enforce that. I don't understand the problem with it.
Right? Same with speeding.
You keep going back to speeding. These are two different things.
No, they're not.
Speeding is a simple moving violation.
And so is entering the country.
That is a federal crime. Big difference.
It's a Class C misdemeanor.
On a federal level, though.
So?
That's a lot more serious, I'd argue.
No, it's not. It's $250
You
fine.
commit a federal offense versus a state level offense?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No. It's a Class C misdemeanor.
Under federal law.
Nobody asks. When somebody asks me on my job application, have you committed any crimes? I would still say no. Nope.
And when they do a background check and find
They would still find nothing, because Class C misdemeanors do not make it to your background check.
On a federal, if they do a federal background check, that'd be a different story.
Still no. No, it's like say I had a vandalism charge for $50 when I was like 14 years old. That's a Class C misdemeanor.
But you were 14, you were a minor. Those get
So?
those by the time you're 18, most of those are off your record.
I'm still saying it was a misdemeanor. Like, I didn't go to jail. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's nothing, but I'm saying that just because it might be a lesser offense to you doesn't mean it's a lesser offense to everyone else.
I know. The reason you would have to show to me and point to me where the bad outcomes are, right? We make laws because bad things happen. You can't just be like, look, this law is in place, so now we have to do bad things. You have to tell me why this is so justified.
Because I think it prevents bad things. I think
like
it's
what?
crucial. For example, what would stop a terrorist from a foreign country flying in, crossing the border illegally?
Because most of them do it legally. Most of them since 1970, every one of them have done it legally.
Sorry, what was that you cut out?
Every single domestic terrorist event or foreign terrorist event has been done legally through our immigration system. Imagine failing as soon as you get to the gate because you didn't have a plan to get in. No.
But say they do get in illegally. It's way easier
That's
than
not
getting
happening.
in legally.
You're like, what if? That's not what's happening. You have to point to a thing that's happening for you to fix, right? Like, there's nothing, none of that has happened.
It's preventative.
Again, this is obsession. This is obsessive. Spending more than any country's military on, by the way, this isn't preventative. This is kicking people out who are already here who haven't caused any problems.
Like I said, preventative.
That's not preventing anything.
Just because they haven't caused any problems doesn't mean I'm not saying everyone's going to cause problems.
This is the opposite of the squeaky wheel gets the oil. This is what I'm saying. You guys are literally making up problems. You're like, what if? And none of that's happening. And it's just this is one of the 14 tenets of fascism. It's obsession with national security. All they have to do is play the right media in front of you all day, every day for 10 years like they did. And now you're obsessed. You just can't handle not handling the border. Only one person is capable of handling such a hard task, a border. The fuck?
Yeah, the border into our country, into the United States.
Yeah, fund the border. Leave it alone, bro. Fund it. We tried to get more agents. We tried to do some stuff to scan for the F drug on the way in. No need to obsess over it, dude.
I'm not saying obsess over it. I'm
This
saying
is literally obsessing.
I'm upset. This should be normal, but it's been so just desensitized.
Show
to
me
the
where
point
anywhere, any country where this is normal, where they have a military-sized immigration force.
Canada.
No,
Look at Canada.
they do
They
not
have some
have.
of its toughest immigration laws.
No, they
Look at
don't. It's
Japan.
very similar to us.
Way, way, way stricter.
No,
than
it's
us.
not.
Look it up.
I've had this conversation before. They're like, "What would happen if you go to Canada right now?" I'd be like, "I looked it up. It's like $100 fine. They'd kick you out. It's nothing."
Yeah, exactly. They kick you out.
Yeah, same with us. If they cut, but they don't spend trillions of dollars hunting these people down. You better not be here without this piece of documentation. Like, they're not doing that, because if there were 1 million people coming across illegally that came and stole bubble gum, then maybe they would have the right to be like, all right, we got to start spending money and cracking down. But none of that's happening. Now that we have a politician coming around telling y'all how bad it is, now we got to go crack down and focus and spend fucking fortune on it, even though nothing's happened. Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
What has happened because of immigration again?
What?
What has happened because of all of this immigration again?
Deporting?
No, what has happened bad that is calling and warranting deportation?
I mean, you came over here illegally.
Okay, okay. Again, what is all of these illegal migrants? What are they doing that's so bad where we got to focus on them now?
They're crossing a country illegally. I like, that's my point. You laugh at it, but every other country does this. But
No,
when
they
we
don't.
do it, it's a problem.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They don't. Nate, our military for the ICE is bigger than every country, literally, other than China's military itself.
Because the
No other
problem
country
is
does this.
we have allowed so many people in.
That's
that
not
in
even
order to
true.
get them all out, you have to spend money and resources.
No, we have like a 3% presence of undocumented people. That's literally normal across the whole world. In fact, it's way worse in other countries.
Like, all right, name me a country.
Sweden.
The undocumented in Sweden.
Mhm.
Okay,
Britain.
I'm not. Well, yeah, Britain's got a problem with it too. People are protesting just like they're here.
I know they can protest and the political movements are there, but like, where's the harm again? Like, they point out one stabbing and they obsess over it for a year, just like we do here. And they pull people's heartstrings. They'll do this till the end of time. This will be a political war from the right forever, where they highlight the one tiny crime that migrants do, and they have an opportunity to make it in the news and pull your heartstrings and get you really, really ready to vote to get these bad migrants out. It will always be like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you think I'm just against all immigrants coming in.
No, I just think you have no idea what your stance is on this. And when I describe it further, you're like, well, I don't support that. And then when I try to ask you what your opinion is, I can tell you don't really have any idea how the immigration system has changed. You just saw some flashy stuff on social media. You thought that immigration was just this huge problem, and it really wasn't. Trump lied about it boldly all the time. I can easily show you that. His Truth Social's about 20 million people coming in, calling them people like Hannibal Lecter. He is literally just trying to frighten people all day, every day, so that he can fix this for you.
Well, yeah, I don't take everything Trump says literally.
Well, the
Like,
masses do.
I don't think 20 million people. I don't think 20 million. I didn't see 20 million and say, "Oh my gosh, that's so true." Like,
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
that-
It's what Trump says, and the whole world gets to see this, including our adversaries and political leaders. They see Trump lying his dick off. They're like, I can't trust that guy. He's fucking full of shit.
So, what is like? What do you want to happen in terms of immigration?
We could do mass amnesty. It would be cheaper. It would be. They would all be paying into the system. We would know who they are. We would be. All of the things would be resolved. And if they still remain undocumented after that, then we can go hunt those people down. I'm sure it would be very few people, though.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not against that.
Okay, but again, ask yourself, why did we go to the opposite side so, like on the Richter scale, like to a 12 without thinking?
because to me, I like that was the only thing I was hearing in terms of border security, immigration on Trump. I wasn't hearing any efforts from Kamala to address this.
Because
Not to mention
Trump,
she was in a
nobody could
position-
hear anything Kamala was saying, because nobody wants to hear about building 3 million homes. They want to hear about cats and dogs being eaten. They want to hear about grocery prices day one, even though that's impossible. Ending wars day one. Kamala's like, I can't say that shit. I can't lie and be full of shit like that. Nobody's louder than Trump.
Yeah, I also think she lost a lot of her credibility because she was in a position where she was in the control to fix this while she was in office.
That's not true. Like, all of these
It
things.
is true.
No, it's not.
She was the vice president.
And what do they get to do?
She plays a major role in immigration and border security.
No, she doesn't. Not even a little bit.
The vice president?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They do.
Cool. What do they do?
They oversee and are largely a part of the policies and controlling what is happening at the border and
No.
stuff of that nature.
No. She's literally there to be a heartbeat and a diplomat a little bit. That's it. She's supposed to be there if the president dies. She's literally just a redundancy. She's your G drive. She is the backup. That's it.
Yeah, but she takes over some of the stuff the president, like she takes over some of the stuff the president won't get to. Like for the border, I'm pretty sure the vice president.
She did stuff for that, but she went and raised like $5 billion in the triangle countries south of the border to get private companies to create jobs and stop the outflow of migrants from those countries. She did that. But in order for us to bolster border security, you have to spend money, and that requires Congress. And we tried to do that, and Trump stopped us because he was campaigning on that, because he was trying to become president.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I saw. I saw she was in the position where.
Yeah, I know. Trump painted that picture, called her the border czar for a year. It worked. I get it. I know. A lot of people don't know about government. Just assume that's the case, but that's not the case. She has nothing to do with the border.
You're 100% positive about
Yes.
that? Because I'm almost positive the vice president plays a major role.
If the vice president wanted to shut the border, can they say, hey, shut the border? If the president wanted to do that, could they do that? If the vice president wanted to say all people with red shirts are not allowed in, can they do that? No. Can they say all people of certain types of asylum? No. She can't do anything like that. She can't do anything.
But she can make suggestions to the president.
He can't do anything either.
So you're saying the president isn't in charge of the border?
They have very limited power over the border. We tried to pass a law in 2024 that would have given him the ability to shut the border in the event we had X amount of encounters. That was the limited power we wanted to give the president, and Trump stopped that.
So you're saying the president has no powers when it comes to the border. He's very limited.
Not unless you invoke wartime or invasion law, which is what Trump is doing. He's literally fighting courts on doing this. He's doing the same thing with tariffs. Just like any other good authoritarian, they invoke laws that you couldn't usually invoke unless something crazy is happening. And that's what Trump is doing.
I mean, and you wouldn't say anything crazy is happening.
What's happening?
In terms of the border. You think it's under control?
What's happening? The border's literally closed. You guys say it all the time, right? It's closed.
Under control.
Okay. So where's the emergency?
The emergency, I'd say, was not an emergency now, but when he got into office, he had to.
Are we being invaded?
Invaded? No.
That's what he claims.
From what type? Like a military standpoint?
That's what that term means. Yeah. You have to be armed to be invaded. If these people are trying to migrate here, that's not invasion. That is harmful rhetoric.
So are you fine with somebody? So you're fine with someone crossing the border illegally?
I don't think it's the end of the world, right? Like if there was an actual pathway to citizenship that was viable for the majority of people, then I would be less I guess I'd be less antithetical to this, but it literally, they're just in a system. Again, the majority of them are here because they came the right way, because they came with a visa and it just expired. I don't give a flying fuck if those people are here.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think like they did it the legal way, sure. But
I don't
and
care if they come the other way. I really don't. If you come and then break the law, get your ass kicked right out. Like if you come and steal a piece of bubble gum, out. But they don't
so
even
you
do
wait
that.
until it's a problem to kick them out.
Yes, because then we can start doing all sorts of crazy things that you obviously wouldn't like, right? Like majority of black people commit crime. Should we just go preemptively like arrest them if you hold that to be true? That's not true, by the way, but if you hold that to be true, should we go arrest all the black people?
No. But the difference is like if you want to wait until a crime is committed to finally say, "Oh yeah, get them out."
Yes,
That's
you have to prove how a certain type or class of people you're targeting are a problem, and you haven't done that.
But that's you're basically saying I'm going to wait until you do something wrong.
Yes,
and then you're out.
Yes, innocent until proven guilty. Like, why are we assuming people are harmful before they prove they are?
I'm not assuming they're harmful.
You are,
but you can rule out the harmful ones the legal way, so that this problem would never happen to the point where you can say, "Oh,
again, you're doing that the least efficient way possible because these people are very less likely to commit crimes at a rate 1/3 in violent crime and 1/4 in property crime. When it comes 1-to-1, if you're in a room with 100 undocumented migrants, you are less likely to be unalived or stolen from than in a room with 100 U.S. citizens. You're 1/3 less likely. So I want my entire town full of those people.
I'm not saying they're all violent.
But you're wanting to start arresting them before they commit crimes. You're like, we gotta wait. Yes.
Well,
because they're also here not committing crimes, and I enjoy that.
What I'm trying to say, I don't know if I'm getting my point across. Like, if they do commit a crime, that is a crime that should have never been committed.
That's not a thing. We are not Minority Report. That is not, a crime that should have never been committed is not a real thing. That's not what.
So if I if I cross somewhere illegally and I commit a violent crime, that would have never happened if I was not allowed to cross.
It also would have never happened if your parents never had sex. It never would have happened if they had all sorts of other laws in place that stop that crime from happening. You were stopping at the most arbitrary point and assigning blame at a type of person where there's no common denominator here with that type of person. Okay.
I'm not saying just the type of person. I'm saying it's preventing it from happening.
That doesn't prevent crime. It also prevents a lot of good things, right? You're preventing mostly not crime when you do that. That's why that's a wrong assumption to make.
It's the only way, in my opinion.
No, it's not. You are hyper-focused on crimes, especially committed by people who are undocumented, and that is a personal problem you have. That is not an actual problem of society. That is an actual problem that you can put a dollar amount on. That makes no sense to anybody. You want to spend extra money saving lives that you find were extra valuable to you because they were like harmed by somebody who was undocumented. You have it's expensive to be racist.
I'm not racist. It
literally is. You were like, that is an extra bad crime because they were undocumented. You have this weird saying.
They broke the law to get here?
Yes. That is silly. That is silly.
They broke the law to get here, and then in turn, you say you want to wait keyword being wait until they commit a crime.
Yes. Before they're guilty of anything, yes. You have to wait. But
or you can.
Thank you so much to Lindsay for the $40. Please make it stop. Thank you so much, Julie. Oh, that was yesterday. Thank you, Lindsay, so much. Guys, I have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. If you guys are trying to kick somebody, that's how you do it. Also, if you want to buy me coffee, that'd be sick too.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Yay. I'm in your request because you probably see a certain someone in your request as well, and that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
If it's okay if I just silently hang out for this one person, I would appreciate that. But also, Mod Moment, y'all, we are not at 100,000 taps, and that is absolutely horrible. I need you guys to double tap that screen. Let's get up to over 120,000 likes. There's almost 700 people in here. Please repost a live. Please share it if you love pickles. And if you don't love pickles, what are you doing with your life? I don't understand who you are, and I'm confused. Also, send in your heart me's and become a super fan.
Thank you. All right. Here we go, y'all. We just got to 650K, guys. We're 10K, like 10K away from 100K. Hey, Pickles, I love you. I love you back. Thank you, chat. Love you. I'm never buying you coffee, but I still love you, Pickles. Thank you, John. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Coffee to Lindsay. Thank you for another $10. Thank you so much. All right. Is this all just your personal opinion?
Yeah, all my personal opinion. Yep.
What do you want to talk about today, John?
Oh, well, what do we want to talk about? There's a communist in New York now, right? As a mayor.
No, Mandani's not a communist.
He's actually got a couple policies I like.
Isn't he
I
more on the socialist side?
No, he's a. No, this is going to be a fucking catastrophe. But look, I want the decriminalization of rugs. Just put a D in front of the R. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I believe in SEX work should be decriminalized. So he's good on, but this dude is he's a communist. Okay, we've tried this. Okay.
America never tried communism.
Well, no, America hasn't, but human history has. In Stalin's Russia, in Mao's China, in Cambodia, in Venezuela, in Cuba, it always fails.
John, you know what I'm about to ask you.
What's up?
What's communism?
Communism would be that the state controls production of goods and services.
No.
What is it?
It's a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That
Does
is
it
not.
work?
He is not. He is not a communist. He has not proposed any of those things.
So he's a socialist. Is that it?
Democratic socialist.
Democratic socialist.
Well,
yeah.
That's just watered down communism, right?
It's not.
And conservatism is watered down fascism.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, we have tried this experiment throughout history. It doesn't work out too well, does it?
I mean, I would actually recommend. There's a book I can get you, John. So in Montana in the early 1900s, part of Montana actually was communist, and they were doing great until the American government said that they didn't like it. So perhaps maybe the Red Scare gives you a disillusion on some of these other forms of government.
Look, I am really not. I don't like corporations. I
Neither
know
do
that there is a crony capitalism. I don't like it, okay? But communism, socialism is not the answer, okay?
Well, then what would be the
Regulation
answer?
of capitalism is the answer.
Regulation would be in more under a
All
socialist framework.
businesses. Look, I can tell you why I despise corporations if you want.
I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm kind of worried.
All you're gonna do is walk right into the wall of the conversation we're gonna try to have with you about how socialist Democrats or all of these different Western countries have done these things to regulate capitalism, and it's socialist. It's socialist, like safety nets, so that people can't just go so far into debt they just shoot themselves, or I don't know,
Yeah.
people just have kids and stuff, and it doesn't cost money. All of these things would be big, scary, wary socialism, but you mix it with democracy or capitalism, it's good. It works. It's been working for longer than the United States has worked. It's been working that long.
Okay, there is a safety net, but a lot of people abuse the safety net, or do they not? Am I
Right.
wrong?
You would have to show me a system in which it's abused so much that it breaks, and there's not a single country that's had that either.
I would love to meet these people. I've actually been asking if anybody could please send me their information. I would love to talk to them as someone who is trying to get temporary assistance from the government, who has legitimate disabling conditions, and is being told that, yeah, we recognize you're like disabled, but it's not enough to get assistance. So I want to know how people are tricking the system, because I can't seem to figure out how to do it myself, apparently.
And Is there a threshold in which you would be happy? Because there will always be people abusing, right? But the real talk is, how many is it really? And how much do you think it is? How much is too much? Because this is just the boogeyman. This is another red herring from the right. It's like this number that we've never been given or have. It's just this caricature of a lazy Democrat that you see eating Cheetos on a couch that collects unemployment, when we can see that it's not that. There's so many different types of people that legitimately need these things, that I can give a fuck if 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 people are just mooching on the system and buying Jergens and jerking off all day. I could give 10 fucks, because for every one of those people, there's a million kids that get to eat.
Okay, so there are about 40 plus million people on SNAP benefits. You know, I think we have to have personal responsibility. Okay, I think people need to make their own way in life. I don't have children.
What does that look like, though? Like complete absence of all programs?
No, I'm just saying that the safety net is abused, is it not?
It's for mostly children.
Again, this is
Mostly
just the
children.
racket. Like, we need to actually look at this pragmatically. What amount is appropriate and inappropriate, not whether or not we should have them, because that's already, we're far past that. I can't believe people are still hung up on that idea.
I just think that if people want to have children, they should be able to support them without the government.
Yeah, but also if you're in an
No?
environment or an economy that doesn't really address that and give that ease to where people could have children more easily, we're going to see less people have children, and that's what's happening. You can't just talk people back into doing it. We have to change laws and the dynamic in which we operate as a society.
Well, I think some people don't save their money, right? Maybe they should.
Okay, again, this is not a fix. It's not a fix. You
Oh,
can't
it's
go around and tell
not?
people to save their money. That's not going to fix the problem we have.
So 58% of the people on SNAP benefits are children and older adults and people with disabilities. You're talking about the adults aged 18 to 59, which are the 42%, which they do not make enough money at the jobs that they work in order to afford a sustainable line of money for food.
And the debt just keeps going up, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this is the smallest part of the debt. This is
That's different.
1.6% of the debt. This is not the part I focus on. I worry, before we start shaving away people's food stamps to like stop abuse, we can like stop giving super rich people tax breaks on tanning beds or gun silencers. That would be sick. We just did that. We just gave them those tax breaks. Much prefer like kids during summertime getting school lunch, which somehow got overlooked.
Look, I told you, I don't like corporations, but I think people need to make their own way in life. And that's the way it used to be.
That's not the way it
Can
used
I,
to be.
can I ask this?
Go ahead.
Nanny state,
I'm so
this
sorry.
nanny state.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Hold on, John. No, I'm bringing up information so we can have the conversation, right? So, like, how much do you think people are getting in SNAP benefits per household on average?
So that SNAP benefits is food stamps, right?
Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, yes.
Okay, yeah. I would guess about $500 to $1,000 a month.
Nope, $351 per household is the average.
That's for 4
That's
people.
monthly.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, maybe people should not have children if they can't afford them, right?
Dog, you're also the person trying to make people have a kid if they accidentally got
No.
pregnant?
Pro-choice.
The fuck? Your party
choice.
isn't. John, this is the most incoherent position I've ever heard. This is so crazy, dude.
Pro-choice, Pickles.
God damn it, John.
Pro-choice. Look, and I can't convince the right that that we need a compromise on AB any more than I can convince you that race and gender are not social constructs.
Dude,
okay?
Okay, but this is settled science. It's like not even a thing you can debate. If it's a concept, like if this was all erased all over again and we had to figure this out, it would still come out the same way. I would literally figure it out that gender and race, gender and sex are different. I can't believe you're stuck on that. I can't believe that's the hill you're dying on. We're not even trying to legislate this. Y'all are.
Just it's just another reason why you're crazy, Pickles. I told you this is postmodernism. This is the Frankfurt
Oh,
School.
okay. Let's pump the brakes a little bit, John. We were having a great conversation about Snap, and now we're going into some interesting territory. I just don't know how this like affects you on a personal level.
Look here. You want to know? You want to know why I'm doing this? I'm doing this
No, I
because
don't.
the left is subverting Western civilization, and I am not going to just stand by and let the the America be destroyed. My grandparents fought. Their generation fought very hard for this. Okay, and you fucking people are
They didn't.
insane.
They fought for the
You're
people, for the right
destroying.
for people to express themselves. You don't get to go around and change culture with law. Culture changes, society changes, and if you're going to try to attack that with the government, that's on you, man. That's silly. None of us are doing that, and you can't subvert the natural course of things, the way society is already playing out, and accepting gay people, accepting trans people. You can't reverse that. You can fight it and cause violence, but that is something we're going to do inevitably. And for you to think it's some perverse thing is your problem. It's not the world's.
Let me try this, okay? The left has feminized young men, and they have feminized and villainized
So
young
is the
women.
right. There's a whole
Young,
subsect of alt-right pipeline who fucks femboys.
okay, pickle.
This
Okay,
also implies, John, that those who are feminine are less than. I just want to point this out that you're
Yeah.
basically implying that if someone is feminine, they are less than and unworthy of the same equal treatment as
And
someone
this
who's
this is a huge telling like on yourself, because that's a tenet of fascism, the sexist thing.
No, let me. Have you ever seen the movie Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood?
No.
Do you also get your like values from this film? I remember
W
Scarface.
femboys, by the way. Shout out to my femboys. Love you.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Yes, yeah. Well, you want to know? Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
Okay. Well, here would be my question. Okay, if you haven't seen the movie, this might be hard. Okay. Healthy masculinity has to be in place to counter toxic masculinity. And do you know what toxic masculinity would be? Have you seen
Trump,
Kate?
you, everybody on the right.
No. Have you seen Cape Fear with Robert De Niro?
No, we can just look at Trump.
Can we use movies like from this?
Cape Fear with Robert De Niro. Have you seen that movie?
Nicholas, thank you for the $10. You can say you're pro-choice all you want, but when you vote against it, it doesn't matter. No, can you explain your concepts without movies?
Yes, movies form my worldview. From the 1980s, there is healthy masculinity and there's toxic masculinity, okay? But healthy masculinity is necessary to stop toxic masculinity.
I don't disagree.
Your side is not doing the
No,
healthy masculinity
look,
thing, though.
This is World War II. This is the Allies versus the Yazis. This is the same thing.
Dog, the Yahtzees hated the feminism thing too, just like you. I don't see how you don't see it.
What, Hirschfeld?
They burned all the
Frankfurt
LGBTQ
School?
studies to the ground. Yes.
The Frankfurt School? Okay, sure. Okay, fine. What? Yeah.
And this is what you're cheering on, and you don't see the irony.
No, I'm not cheering it on. I believe in tolerance. I told you this.
You don't have a version of tolerance. It's incoherent. Your version of tolerance is telling people they can change. That's not tolerant.
No, my version of tolerance is people should try and be straight, but if they can, it's okay. That's my version.
That's
okay?
not what?
And we've entered the paradox.
Oh.
Look, let me tell you something.
I'm
okay?
trying really hard to be straight, and it's just not working, man.
I've never been with a man, but let me tell you. I don't have feelings for men, but let me tell you, if I did, all I would do. Do you want to know what I would do? There are ways I could suppress my libido.
Why would you need to?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't need to, but if I
Why is that necessary?
It's not for me.
Oh,
But if
and why would you? Why would you?
I don't, but if I had unhealthy desires, I could.
Why are you describing them as unhealthy though? Why?
Because there are certain proclivities that are unhealthy, right?
Same thing with heterosexual relationships. There's plenty of things that go real south. In fact, 50% of the marriages don't even work. Nobody has the authority to tell anybody what's right and wrong in that respect at all.
Yeah, I would just say like I tried to go the science route last time, John, but I'm just gonna
This
go the like common
postmodernism.
sense. I'm
This
just gonna go the common sense
postmodernism.
route.
This is your
Oh,
problem.
John, hold on.
Go ahead.
There are a lot of women in this space that are attracted to men, and many of them will tell you they wish it was a choice because they don't want to be attracted to men. So I tried the science route last time. I'm just trying the very basic route this time.
And would you say that I'm feminine, John?
No, I don't think so.
But I'm a champion of this type of ideology.
I think you're a liberal. I don't really think of you as a I don't think of you as like woke. You're just a liberal, man. I've actually had polite conversations with you. I'm not. My problem really isn't with you.
It's with me. I'm the problem. It's okay.
No. My problem is with the woke.
No,
insane.
John.
That's me.
Well, okay, maybe that's you, but that's not Pickles. That's the question.
Hey, Emmy.
Pickles
Hey,
and I.
Artemis. Hey, Pickles. Hey, John. How's my boy doing? How are you, babe?
Who is this?
You know me,
Oh
John.
my God, John!
John, we've talked
Do you wake
so
up
many
every day and
times.
it's a new day?
Well,
Every
he does listen. He does have to record every live that he's on because let's just say he gets inebriated a lot.
I drink
So
a
he
lot of
might
shit.
not remember.
That's
He might
true.
not remember
A lot of
me right
shit.
now. But John,
Yep.
you know that I was in your dreams last night, okay, babe? Because we have talked about 10 or 12 times over the past year. I talked to you on Seth's live, and then the last time that I talked to you on Pickles live, I specifically remember, you do what I tell you because you always do.
What the fuck is wrong with this?
John,
Are you a
John,
dude or are you a
do you not
woman?
remember the last time that you were on Seth, or the one time you were on Seth Shadows live, and I was there with you and Thick,
Oh yeah.
and you
Well,
kept on interrupting. Excuse me, John. You
hang
know
on.
you don't
Well,
talk over me.
go ahead.
John, you know you do not talk
Go
over
ahead.
me.
Go ahead. Well,
Exactly. Good. Okay. Shh,
oh,
John.
fuck you. Seth put
John.
Hey!
John.
Pickles wants to unalive me. He's threatening to
John.
unalive me.
Stop.
John.
We're gonna skip that whole conversation, John. He's not here. Let's not do this. Let's not do that.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to play the recording?
I'm not bringing it up for that, John. We're not even going to talk about Thick. I know that triggers you. I want you to be a good boy for me, okay? And just calm down.
You're a fucking
because
gay.
Hey, shh,
You're
John.
a
Can you,
gaywad.
John?
You're
Can
a
you be quiet?
pervert.
Yes,
Dude,
I am. I am. I am
Go
such a
ahead.
gaywad,
Go
John.
ahead.
It's
John.
okay. I don't
Go
mind.
ahead. Go
Not
ahead.
on my platform.
Go ahead.
Thank you, John. Good boy. Last time that you were here on Pickles Live, that I was here with you, I strictly forbid you from talking about trans people again because there's so many other things. Listen, John, shh, I'm about to compliment you. You know about so many other things. You think you know about so many other things. So I know you can talk about other stuff. And you started out tonight great because listen, I've seen you in a lot of lives since then, and I actually haven't seen you bring up trans people. You've been such a good boy. Okay.
Are you trans?
Now,
you're not trans.
What I need you to do is, you know I'm trans, John. You have a thing for me.
Who the fuck
Don't
you
act like you
are?
don't.
Who are you? I don't know you.
John, paranoid, Ice Hensley, babe.
Yes. Whoa.
Yes, we've talked many times.
Oh, are you stalking me? Whoa.
Listen, I cannot be accountable for you erasing your memory with alcohol every night, John.
Well,
I can't be accountable for that. So you need to trust me
and
here.
Emmy at the same time before, like
The
Mhm.
lockdowns were hard. I didn't start drinking until about early 2023.
And you can change that, John. I'm not making fun of you for it.
No, this is going to be my version of tolerance, John. You too can change. You can make a decision to stop being an alcoholic because that is actually harmful behavior. That is actually behavior that hurts you and the people around you that you need to stop.
I take breaks sometimes, sure.
No, you don't need to take a break, John. You do need to get some help. Right? I think you know that. There's a reason you drink, and we all know what we all know what it is, John. You don't need to tell us. Because a lot of us have been there before, John. I was there. And you can change that. You know I'm a woman, John. I'm more a woman than anyone you've ever touched with consent.
Were you born with a Johnson?
Oh my God. Can we not?
Absolutely, John. I was.
so
Because that's what being trans is. It's called being born in the wrong body. And guess what? John, you know this because you have been on so many lives talking about trans people. I have personally educated you on this topic countless times. And I know that you know that the science is there, that there are biological markers for trans people and gay people, that it is not something that you can escape. Okay, we've been here since the beginning of time. We've been here since before your precious Bible. I know you're not a Christian. You are just an ally to Christians because you were trained by Jesuit ninjas. I know.
Well, no, you got that a little wrong. I went to a Jesuit college. I was trained by Christian ninjas.
Christian ninjas. That's right. Sorry, Jesuit college Christian ninjas. I'm sorry.
Separate. Get it straight.
Yeah. See, I do know
Yeah,
you,
I'm
John.
straight.
You
You're not.
know me too. We've talked. Okay, so I need you to be a good boy for me tonight.
John, you can almost say you're friends with a person in the community. You can almost say that. Wouldn't that be great?
I don't. Well, the person below me, I think, is bisexual. The person above me is trans.
I'm also trans, but
You're
you're good on the bisexual.
And John, you are so far in the closet. You are having tea with Mr. Tumnus.
Never been with a man ever.
That doesn't mean anything.
It can be overrated
Doesn't mean
at
anything.
times.
I used to think sushi was disgusting, and then I tried it. I fucking love sushi now. You should give it a go.
Have you tried it, John?
Don't bash it before you try it.
John, I just want you to know I'm not trying to shame you for potentially. I'm not saying that you are. Listen, I'm not going to say that you are. It definitely comes across as a lot of the way that I talked about trans people before I came out as trans, the same way I talked about gay people, the way I came out before I came out as pansexual. It just reminds me a lot of that.
What the fuck is that?
That means I'm attracted to anyone with any whether they're trans or cis or whatever, whether it's a man, a woman, a trans man.
If they have wrinkles in their brain.
Yeah. I care more about someone's heart. I care about hearts, not parts, John.
My partner is pansexual.
Were you person below and person above? Were you?
We have names. It's right there on the screen. You
Are
can
you
just
about
call
to
us
ask
by
an
our names.
inappropriate question?
Kaylee, thank you for the kick. Kaylee's in the chat. John, go try that sushi, buddy. Go try a hand roll. You know what I'm talking about.
I think the more obsessed they are, it's just obvious that we are on their mind all the time. And I don't think about trans people as much as he thinks about trans people. I don't talk about people's genitals as much as he does. And none of my gay friends think about gay people as much as he does. I don't understand this. It's you're telling on yourself, John.
Yeah. It feels weird you saying that because my name's John too.
Well, Pickles. I mean, listen, if you ever decide, if you were, hi.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Anyways, thank you for letting me come up and do that. John sometimes just needs a little encouragement to calm down and be quiet.
I was
Stay where he's
basically up here
supposed
to be the bowling bumpers. I was just like, let's just try to stay in our lane, please.
I just, he cannot start a conversation without ending it there. And if he starts there, it's just going to go south. So, anyways, it's good to see you again, Pickles. And you too, Artemis. I haven't seen either of you guys in a bit. Kind of been quiet on the app for a bit. But got some stuff in the works. So.
Well, we always love it. We always appreciate you coming up. Thank you for dealing with that. That brain ninja.
It's been a while. I've seen him on I've seen him on lives with Thickles, and I never get a chance to speak to him right now because of his whole thing with him, and so I haven't got a chance to talk with John in a little bit, and it was really good to catch up with my little cuck. Anyways,
Thickles was here earlier too. I saw him gift me, I think. I was just like,
oh, Thickles and I have had some fun with John together. At the same time, it's it's been fun. And I also did phrase it exactly that way just to get under John's skin if he's still listening.
Johan, I love that. Like the Zohan. Oh my god, he's so the Zohan. He's so. Oh my god.
He really is. You don't mess with the Zohan.
Of all the things I've heard, getting your worldview from 1980s movies is such a.
It literally tracks.
No, it
No,
does.
wait, John. Bloodsport was a great movie, but you gotta let it go, man.
You guys have seen his high kick videos, right?
Yeah.
On his
Yes.
profile? Okay, because that's like totally Bloodsport shit. Oh my god. All right, guys. I love you guys. You
All
guys have a
right.
good night, okay?
Love you
Love you
too.
too. Bye.
Yeah.
I am also gonna hop down. I just have one thing to say. The name is Mondani.
Oh, MAMDANI. Let's go, chat.
All right, love you all. Love you, Pickles. Hope you have some more good debates.
All right, love you too. Whew, Mom Donnie train in the chat. I literally, I needed it. I want whatever this feeling is. I want to inject it, mainline it in between my toes or wherever those people do it. Do you know if Nemo found his dog? He lost his dog? Am I wearing anime shorts right now? I was before I got on. I was wearing Goku shorts. And Gavin's Prop 50. Guys, we're in full swing. I'm high stepping today. We're in full swing. New York. No, not New York. Kansas. Born and raised. A huge ocean of blue last night. So true. That's what I have to start doing my walking impression every time I see John now. John, ninja, good man. John. Christopher Sitten. He wouldn't remember. And Shaney kicked the bucket. It's dangerous territory to celebrate that, but you're cooked for that? Nah. Nah. Even you guys were trying to push him onto us. You're like, look how bad even Dick Cheney endorsed Kamala. So now you got to decide which one is it? You're cooked. You're cooked. Give us a fit check. Not today. We're in slob mode. I am wearing corduroy joggers and pink Crocs. I'll give you a peek. Pink Crocs, chat. Demon Slayer fans? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah. Might be a femboy. Could be. Could be. Hit me up. Did I shower? Cannot confirm nor deny that. Pickles needs a makeover. You guys actually gave me a makeover last year. You guys gave me a whole new wardrobe, and I love you for that. Too much showering is bad for you anyway. I'll take that. I like that. Pickles, I really like your look. Thank you. What can we give you this year? You guys already helped me pay my medical debt. You guys, I need to fucking I should do that right now. What time is it? It's too late. We guys got through halfway fundraising my medical debt. You guys already did it. Where are my accounts? The glazing right now is thick. I'll take it, guys. I need it every once in a while, okay? I'll live in a basement with my mom. Is that in the link tree? No, it was just a random thing we did a few days ago, and you guys raised a bunch of money for me. But I don't know, for Christmas this year, I don't know. A nicer scooter. I could use a faster scooter. Day 2 fundraiser. Let's go. Maybe an e-bike. Upgraded grips. Does it get cold in Dallas? Yeah, it does sometimes. Ask for a Steam Deck. You need one of these? Mom Donnie deported the rich. Dude, I'll say it again. New York is the 3rd richest place on the planet to live. If people were scared of prices, they don't start with living in New York. You live in New York because you're a fancy bitch. That's why. Or you're native. No one goes, dang, $2,000 rent for a shoebox. That's dope. The deal breaker is 2% tax. No, I don't think so, dude. Nope. Hello?
Hey, Pickles. We doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
This is Beth. I just want to tell you, when you go to pay your hospital bill, be sure to talk to the financial aid people there, because probably you can get that cut in half.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I might even. Do they have people in person I could usually? Would that be worth it, or they just tell me to call?
You can just call.
Okay.
Yeah. And just tell them your financial situation. And I would say you have more money now than what they'll make you pay.
Okay.
So that's all I want to say.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
And Fee, I want to clarify what I was saying. If you're in New York, not all people in New York are just fancy. I guess that was the wrong thing to say. But like you just said, $2,000 for a shoebox. Nobody is going to be like, all right, the 2% increase on taxes is the straw that broke the camel's back. Nobody's doing that. That is a silly idea, and especially if it's only on the top. That is silly. New York City will go extinct. Sure. Sure. $3K for 250 square feet, 6-floor walk-up apartment. Insane. But we aren't fancy at all. But I mean, some are. But 2% for millionaires? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll live. So much rampant crime. New York is actually pretty decent. Aren't they in like a low? They're like a 15-year low? We need Ben Shapiro to run? The spineless fuck who just said Trump, even though he tried to overthrow the government, the guardrails will save this country. That fucking idiot. Yeah, I couldn't stand listening to that fuck. Is that one of those hoodies that zip all the way up to your head? No. No, it stops right there. American Edits, you double dip every day, dude. Ben Shapiro stay in California. He lives in California? How ironic. Can we prayer? We did a prayer already today. I'm prayed out. My spiritual energy is all gone. I need a big old MAGA boy to give me a spiritual injection. Haven't missed a discussion about the East Wing. I'm saving your account. Am I getting tacos tonight? Fuck. It's too late for sushi. I shouldn't. Ooh. I think I have something I can cook. I can cook a pork chop. Yeah, we're gonna eat a pork chop. Never too late for sushi. They close. They close in like 15 minutes. Fuel City? What you know about Fuel City? What you know about Fuel City? Do I have sides? I don't. I have rice and I have sweet peppers. Mini sweet peppers, because I eat that shit like for snacks. Takis. Blue Takis as a side. What if I plated my steak and put blue Takis just right next to it? Thus came here the right way. Didn't he actually not? Didn't he actually not come here the right way and he let his visa expire? Who knows? Guys are losing steam here. Losing a little bit of steam. Most people say their parents came the right way, just mean they got Reagan amnesty. That, I did not think of that. I did not think of that. That was the 80s. That would be my parents' age. Oh my god. Into the Cold War booming. Oh my god, you guys glaze Reagan for the worst shit. Have no in-depth view of the economy post-Reagan. Oh my god. Reagan destroyed pretty much everything. Yeah. The Parmesan blue Takis crust. Ooh. Ooh. MAGA, do we have anyone in here who wants to debate who hasn't triple dipped? Mom Donnie will get impeached. You guys are delusional. You guys are crazy. Mom Donnie's going to usher in a new era of many other politicians who will slap the dick right off of MAGA. They will paint your back porch red. American Edits, you're just a triple dipper, dude. Mom Donnie met his wife on Hinge, and I'm jealous. Y'all, I'm on Hinge right now. Ain't no Mom Donnie level wifeys out there trying to swipe on your boy. What is a triple dipper? It's that asshole who sits next to you at Chili's and takes 3 bites out of the same chip and dips into the salsa with the bite part. That's you. You're the guy who dips into the salsa and then, before taking a clean bite, you dip it into the queso. That's you on my channel. And 3 times you're adding guacamole, dude. This is 3 times in one day. You're a mess. Sleewall should have won. Oh my god. 7 bullets. No, dude. No, dude. I don't care about Gotti, dude. I don't care. It doesn't make you qualified to run a fucking government. If you get shot, it doesn't make you qualified. The fuck? Does that make, like, you know, Tupac would actually probably be a decent politician, but would that make him qualified to run his government? Like, does that mean Biggie should have been a politician? 50 Cent, 2028? Yeah. I'd vote for Tupac too. Tupac was based, actually. Vance Sliwa? You're gotta be kidding me. How are you guys so obsessed with the worst political figures? They have no... Sliwa, he has no ideas. He's just a loud personality. He's not a fucking politician. Just a loud guy. The fuck? I was shot 5 times. The fuck are you talking about? Dude, we're trying to balance a budget. Trump should abolish yellow cabs. You guys are the party of freedom, aren't you? Small government party freedom. Although yellow cabs do suck. Jay-Z Empire State of Mind. No, I didn't. Abolish everything. Somebody said Empress for president. All wild. If Gotti 2.0 happens when it's Democrats' fault, literally Trump is the biggest mobster in the United States, and you guys have pushed him straight to the top to pull the levers of our government. Am I cabist? I might be. You're right. I'm willing to work on it, y'all. I'm sorry. Democrats fund yellow cabs. Okay. It sounds like there's like a union. Cab drivers used to make a lot of money. You wouldn't mind Sliwa. What? Why? Like, you guys have no actual political takes. You're just like, I like that guy's personality. That's the guy. And they're horrible personalities, too. It's weird. What do you guys look for in a leader? A shit talker? A tough guy? Like a Mr. Masculine guy? He's tough on crime, he says. Tough guy. That's what Sleewall reminds me of. Wise guy, tough guy. Calf muscles, obviously. I want a leader with the calf muscles of a fucking toddler. I want to see huge calf muscles. I want to see him walking on the balls of his feet when he's on the phone. Yeah. Who's going to disrespect a man with respectable calves? Who's going to disrespect, like, hey, don't come up to me fucking talking all this shit with those baby calves. That's what he'd do. Nobody would do that, dude. That's going to be my new campaign slogan. Vote Pickles, big calves. Calf value. Big family calf values. Calves? Pickles cut the national debt in calf. We would get the farmer vote for sure. We had calf values. The meat farmers right now, real pissed. That's a corner we'd capture immediately. Cuomo. That old dusty fart out of here, dude. Get that dusty fuck out of here. That's what I'm talking about, Gemini. I like my women like I like my coffee. Cheap and picked up at the gas station. Ground up in the freezer is crazy. Oh my god. Whoa. Done debating? Sliwa's the future GP. Dude, what a joke. You guys just pick up all the misfits? Like the failed candidates that are loud and obnoxious. And you slap fucking NASCAR stickers all over them. Tulsi Gabbard, RFK. All the people get called out on their shit. They're like, oh no, I'm a victim of wokeism. Come save me. Vance will choose him as VP. That would be the greatest gift ever. I will go to sleep every night praying, even though I don't believe in prayer, that Vance chooses Sliwa as his VP. Please let that happen. Please. Yeah, I think he needs a campaign manager too. He should choose you. They love George Santos now too. What the fuck? Vance is the same. He is the fucking charisma of a squashed avocado. Vance and Santos. That would be. That would encapsulate the party perfectly. Honestly, like half parts fraud and unseriousness, other half parts oligarchy, techno billionaires. It would perfectly encapsulate the GOP. $350 electoral votes. With what? You think Vance is going to be able to not choke on his words as he says the shit Trump had to say to get elected? You think Vance is going to be like, listen, guys, this is serious. They're raping the children. Everyone's going to be like, you're not Trump. Why do you have eyeliner on? Show us the calves, guys. I don't have good calves. I used to have good calves. Eric Adams, you guys love all the corrupt people. The other guy accused of corruption in New York. Why do you guys do that? The guy who was accused of taking millions of dollars from, like, what was it, Turkey or some shit? What the fuck was wrong with y'all? Y'all love corruption. I bet you don't even like anything about him other than the fact he's buddies with Trump. You don't know a single goddamn thing about him. Show us what's left of the calves. Guys. Usually, you have to subscribe for this. Oh, yeah. You see that? I'm blind. You got my vote. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Legs for days. Sorry, quarter. That's all you get. Those are some yeah, I know. What's up, Pika? I know. All right, now send donations. All right. If I don't ask for donations, you would think me a loose woman. Christopher ain't walking on those calves. I actually have a tattoo of Christopher Walken on my calf. That's the truth. That's the truth. Look. Right there. Pay up. Pay up now, chap. Pay on up. Get some sun on those bad boys. Guys, I'll never put my foot behind my head that far again. Especially not on live stream. I'm walking here. You already have my money. I am hungry, y'all. I am hungry. Rustians, that is a wild claim. You're going to grape your neighbor, and when Zoran Mamdani signs to send caseworkers only, what's going to happen if the police came? If you graped your neighbor, do you think they come in the 30 seconds it takes you to finish? Or do you think that they'll just come after the fact and write all your information down just like a caseworker would? Yeah. Why do people say people shit like that? Because they're radicalized. We are in end stage democracy with a fully radicalized right wing. They're violent. They are mask off. They're racist. They're sexist. They're misogynist. They're also Christian somehow. They're homophobic. They want authoritarianism. They're obsessed with law and order. They have no coherent political agenda at all. And then they say, oh, LOL, there's no kings, and then say Trump 2028. Just enough unseriousness to not be able to debate them or for them to admit their own political beliefs. And it's eroding away our fucking society right now. Pickles are gonna date me. Enrique Tario can defeat Harris. I'm glad you admit that the guy who was found guilty of seditious conspiracy is somebody you want as a political leader. It's pretty telling. We'd like to see the baby. I feel like that's a Mandalorian TikTok sound. Here's the baby. You guys are reporting this guy, right? She's 13. Pickles, everyone says they love you. Can we kiss these? Can we kiss? Right here. Give me a kiss. Very quick. Right here. Right there. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. She'll never. She'll never. Rejected. Sweet baby girl. All right. Get out of here. Looks like she voted for Trump. She looks like a dog. Do I shock it like Hassan? No. Jesus Christ. Do you shoot your dogs like Christy Nome? B. Dunno just wants me to say the word gay boners, and I'll just say it for you. It's so funny talking about a boner of a gay person. Is that really where we are in society? That's still funny. It's funny because it's not straight and it's a wiener. I have a feeling just it is definitely not me on that account. I mean, this is not Pickles on an alt account. How old am I? I'm 37. Is it going around a lot of lives? Yeah. And it never had a job. You know who else has never had a job? Trump. Never had a job. Trump has had a job in the same sense I've had jobs, right? Is being president not a job? I mean, it is whatever you make it, right? I don't think voting. I don't think golfing a bunch is a job. I think it's like him enriching himself. I don't think he's being a servant of the people, honestly. $3 million for his golf trip this week. Mm-mm-mm. Trump is your king. Let me guess. You were out there saying we ain't got no kings on No King Day. Now you're back to saying Trump is king? Being the owner of a real estate company. When you inherit $400 million and you inherit a real estate company and you just inherit the money to pay people to manage that, it's not really. I don't think he has a grasp of making your way on your own in this country. His dad built his businesses off of government subsidies. He did the same. He did a bunch of rackets off of government subsidies. Trump Hotel or Trump Tower and a bunch of other things that he tried to do in New York. You could see there's a lot of good documentaries about how he went around and tried to like get all these crazy tax breaks and subsidies to pay for things that were impossible. And then he like did some corruption to get them passed. Grifting isn't a business practice. All right. If he was such a great real estate agent or mogul or whatever, he would not be wasting his stupid time selling cereal and perfume. He's a belligerent businessman, and he just throws shit at the wall and see what sticks. Meat, vodka, water. Fuck. These glasses hurt, y'all. These glasses hurt. They are. They are blue light glasses, yeah. Yeah, I can still see yeah, I can still see your comments. Y'all. Let's I don't know. What do we do? We already did a restart. This is also day 2 of getting back on the bandwagon, getting back in the good graces of the algorithm. I definitely feel the difference. I've actually recently been able to fall asleep really hard around midnight. Oh my god, Joe Mama. I doubt it. Are we devolving? Are we going into Discord territory? Whatever happened, I hope it's quick. Heard that one before. What happens in the Discord? We watch movies. We did not finish Hill House. He was born in Uganda. Let me know if y'all finish it, please. I don't know how far you are. We're on the last few episodes, I think. He can't run for president. Is Weapons worth watching? Absolutely yes. Yes. One of the most memorable movies I've watched recently. An episode started playing and then stream shut down. Yeah, I passed out hard last night. I saw a new episode starting and I realized that I fell asleep for half a second and there wasn't sound, so I just ended it. Weapons? I think it's on Netflix. I love anime. We just watched it again, actually, like not long ago. HBO? It could be HBO. Feels like an HBO movie. Could be HBO. Chainsaw Man movie was great then. We still haven't finished Wednesday. That's true too. The Fall of the House of Usher. We haven't watched that, no. You need to watch Hereditary? You haven't watched it? I've watched that like 3 times this year. Am I still climbing? I'm not. I'm not climbing. The girl that I was with, that I rock climb with, I'm single again, and now we're climbing levels in Final Fantasy. Giselle's back. That's right. There's hope. I don't get MMOs. I don't have that part of my brain turned on. I love MMOs. He's not single reporting for misinformation. We're way single out here, chat. We're just out here way single. But I don't know. I've been feeling like I want to be left the fuck alone a lot recently. We will never leave you alone. Sorry. Build that ego a little. I appreciate y'all. Well, chat, what do we do now? You should start your debates early in the day. I think I will. I think I can. Can I request to have something to say? Yeah, Sharon, I feel that. Witcher. Is the new Witcher good? No? Fuck. Damn. Like all enthusiasm left when what's his name left? Yeah, that's why Cavill left, yeah. Yep. Is it Christmas movie time yet? Oh man. I think it's the Cavs. Guys, y'all need to take a cold shower. I wish I could do an Obama impression. I just did his voice croak. I think we need a cold shower. Okay. All right. Chat. Let's go watch movies. I'll see you guys in Discord. We're going to Discord right meow. I'm in Discord right now in the Discord channel. Come get your jiggy on. Let's go get her done, chat. I'll see you guys there. Smoochies. Bye.